Tonight on 8.5-bit. Oh, fuck that up.
We gave one brief hiatus. And
Okay.
this is how it happens.
Tonight on 8.5-bit. Tacoma, Hellblade, and Sonic. Welcome, friends of all designs, to episode 222 of 8.5-bit. That's 1-2 for every week we didn't record.
It's
back
true,
to
yes.
front.
Yeah, it's. I don't know. I thought about it like 20 minutes ago.
Yeah, you've been holding on to that little nugget.
It wasn't worth it. It was bad. I am your host, Paul, and joining me today are my good friends James
Hello.
and Amy.
Yo. See,
And,
I'm all cool.
Friends, I have a question for you.
Yes.
What have you been doing the last 3 weeks?
I have been touring around southern Australia. I did the Great Ocean Road. That was pretty great. And I went up to Adelaide,
Yeah.
which was okay.
Not a hole?
No, surprisingly an alright place.
Oh.
I kind of went in with a pretty low expectations of Adelaide,
Mhm.
thinking, it's not too much it's got going for it. No, it's good food. It's flat. It's easy to get around.
High praise.
Yeah,
Flat.
It's square. Has a
Oh.
nice botanical gardens.
Hmm.
Good food. It's cheap because no one wants to live there.
Cheap, flat,
And good food.
and good food.
Yeah. Well,
I
what's
like food.
yeah?
Okay.
What
No,
more do you want?
I thought the guy who made Hacknet is from Adelaide.
Mm-hmm.
I thought about I could say let's go say hello, and then decided no
Oh.
And why did you decide not to?
because I was spending time with Cheryl.
And does she
And-
not like Hacknet?
I don't think she's played Hacknet,
Oh,
but yeah, it's good
that's her
times.
loss. I also haven't played Hacknet.
Yeah.
I haven't either.
Well, you're in good company
So,
here today, Amy.
When you get your license, Amy,
You can drive
is
to Adelaide and
soon.
visit the developer of
Don't know when.
Hacknet.
you should go drive the Great Ocean Road. My pro tip, my pro Australian tip is if you're going to drive the Great Ocean Road, do it in the off season because there's no other cars,
Ooh.
and it's just relaxing and pretty.
Or do it in the apocalypse or the past.
Well, that yes.
Though the road isn't so good in the past.
No, it's a good road now.
No.
Apparently built by diggers after the First World War.
Oh, were any of the truckers involved? Or-
No truckers. No.
What was the other one?
It's the one where they went into like a rocket ship. More, it was diggers, truckers.
Might have been more truckers or
More,
something.
yeah, like truck harder or something. I don't know. Do you ever read Truckers?
No.
It's
Terry Pratchett.
Terry Pratchett book about a bunch of gnomes that live
Ooh.
under a supermarket.
It's like the Borrowers, but Pratchettized.
Yeah, it's very good. Like it's
Yeah.
kind of aimed at a younger audience, but it's got some cool
I've got
ideas.
the first one in the Discworld series, but I just haven't
Colour of
finished.
Magic?
Yes.
Yeah, that's good.
Just trying to remember what it was
Yeah.
called, but yes.
I remembered for you. Lucky
Yeah.
to have a friend like James.
I am
The
very,
second
very
book
lucky.
is The Light Fantastic. And what's the third book? I can't remember.
I don't know.
I think there's a lot after that.
Yeah.
And the third
There's a
book
lot.
is Mort.
Mort.
I think Mort was like 15 years later.
yeah. There's a few of those.
It's a good book. It's a good book. Well, from what I remember, I actually haven't read a Discworld since I was a teenager.
Yeah, I haven't gone back. I expect they're pretty easy to go
Yeah.
read those
They're
things.
not too hard to read.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh.
reading wise.
Yeah, the standard 25 characters combined into words. which
Yes.
Make sentences.
Yeah.
It's classical style. like
Yeah,
Pratchett.
classic
Yeah.
letters
The
arranged in a
font's
sequence.
Not bad.
The font is entirely readable.
It's
Fucking
you know,
that's what
serif.
stopped me from finishing From Hell. Fucking the type in that, it's all hand script type.
But it wasn't like the sheer weight of the book either.
No, it did hurt if you dropped it on your face. But it was just like it would be panel of solid text. It was all in script. And I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, I can't fucking read this. It's very nice handwriting, but I'm just getting tired from looking at it. Anyway, so yes, we have been away for a
Doing
couple
some
of weeks.
things.
Various things. James has been both sick and traveling.
Yeah.
I had a unfortunate incident with my dog who was attacked by some other dogs, but he's all happy now and he's at my feet making a nuisance of himself as he likes to do. Also, the show will look different because we're trying different recording method and hopefully it records properly because
Hopefully.
otherwise you're not hearing any of this or seeing any of
Yeah.
this. Well, yeah, it's possible you will hear this and not see it.
Yeah. And you may miss parts of it somewhere.
Yeah.
But we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes. What
about what's Amy been doing?
Oh, yeah,
What's Amy been
what have you
doing?
Amy?
Nothing.
Yeah,
Okay.
I thought you'd already said it.
Yeah.
So-
I hadn't.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
you're getting your piece soon, right?
Yeah, eventually.
I
Put my book
I
in.
get that like 5 times a day.
Your peas.
Yeah, more if my diabetes has been playing
So,
up.
do you ever wake up sometime late in the early in the morning,
Uh-huh.
need to pee, but think if I pee, I'm officially an old man? So like I don't want to because I know when you get old, you get the weaker bladder and you go pee more. So I kind of feel like if it's like 3 a.m. and I have to pee, that's it. I've crossed the line.
Oh, see,
I'm now
no.
an old man.
Because I have a young dog who
I'm
sometimes needs to get up. He's the one that gets me up, and then I'm like, well, while I'm up, I may as well pee.
Yeah, while you're there.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's.
That makes me a very, very old woman then.
I think it's different if you're a lady.
It's also different if you suffering from unchecked diabetes. You'll get up and pee a lot, and then you go, I wonder why I'm doing that, doctor. Oh, right.
Diabetes.
Good fun.
Diabetes.
Oh.
Blindabetes.
Syphilis.
It's just faster. Cheaper too.
Insulin's expensive.
What about
Not in this country,
No.
but my lord, if I was in other countries, yeah, I tell you, it's a sad state of affairs. Now let's talk about
Video
the
games?
alt-right.
Oh, there we go.
Oh.
Oh, I have some opinions on free. No, let's move on from that one.
Just as bad on both sides.
Just as bad as both sides.
Because you were playing. I'm not. You can get back into it in detail. You've been playing Wolfenstein: The New Order again.
Yes.
Getting through that.
Yes.
So would you say that the character you're playing is just as bad as the Nazis?
No.
He's
I
quite violent, however.
He is quite violent, but there's this thing called false equivalency.
Oh, I don't believe in that.
You don't believe in false equivalency?
No.
No.
Okay, so let's talk about some video games. And we've had quite a lot in the time we've been away. Some things that have excited me greatly, some things that have disappointed me more than I could bear.
Is it me? Am I the disappointment?
You're always both.
I'm both.
I'm proud of your achievements and I'm proud of who you've grown to become.
Yes, thank you.
But
Appreciate
I'm disappointed at what you failed to partake in.
Oh.
Don't worry, James. Don't worry, James. We're besties.
Yes.
I'm not disappointed with you at all.
Oh, you'll find ways.
Yes.
I'll find a way.
He'll disappoint
The chocolate
us
I
all
gave
in the
you
end.
is cursed.
Oh, but it's Turkish Delight. I love Turkish Delight.
I do like Turkish Delight.
I didn't get anything for you, buddy.
Well, we're right back to that disappointment again.
Well, I did upload Game of Thrones for him every week.
Hush, hush. You mean Game of Tones?
Yes, I said Game
Yeah.
of Tones. Didn't you
Game
hear
of
me?
Tones.
Yeah, it's
yes.
it goes boo 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 boo.
yeah.
It's just literally Paul doing that.
Yeah, Game of Tones. Good
Oh my god,
show.
we should release that.
It's
It's like oh, it's a secret episode 8 this season. It's just me in a room making stupid maybe with a pan flute.
Yes.
Does anyone
Maybe
here
you-
know how to play the pan flute?
It's very easy.
What about a pop?
It's just one note per hole.
I guess.
Uh,
What, I was thinking, well, there's
Just like
candy
me.
whistles. What are they? The
Slide whistle.
pop tunes.
Oh,
yes,
the
melody.
Melody
Melody
pops.
pops,
I've,
melody
I've got
pops.
some of those at home.
Yeah.
I found them in the servo.
Yeah. Did you have because they have little songs as well when you go to play?
No, I didn't
Like
know that.
in the wrapper, they actually have songs that you can play, unless I've
I
taken
don't
them out.
remember that, but I just
You should check your wrapper.
I should. I've been finding it hard to eat them because they're just. I chopped them. I found them.
I've not seen many of those.
And the servos, the Woolworth servos.
Okay,
Marketing.
so where do we start?
Oh, Jesus. I mean, it's been a while. Where do you want to start, buddy?
Ooh, well, see, we had a big multiplayer night, but I feel now that has fallen
It's
well
kind
behind
of-
some of the
yeah.
big titles we were playing.
Yeah.
Let's talk about what was very exciting. Came out from good old Ninja Theory.
Yes.
They released Hellblade. Senua's. What net game do I keep messing it up with? Senua's Sacrifice, and I mix it up with Setsuna.
Oh yeah. I see that.
and you're like,
Yeah,
oh,
no, different
fuck
thing.
yeah.
Different
I am
thing.
Setsuna, Senua. Yeah, they're both names I don't
Yeah.
know. Anyway, so this was actually a low budget game
Mhm.
made by Ninja Theory. They previously, Devil May Cry, Enslaved, Kung Fu Chaos.
Wait, were they Metroid Other M? Was that Ninja?
No.
Who was that?
Yes, wait,
was that Team Ninja?
Yeah, it's Team Ninja. Yeah, Ninja.
This is Ninja
yeah.
Theory.
A second, I just had a quick moment of have I not mixed them up around the wrong way in my head. I'm pretty
they
sure
both have ninjas in them.
No.
Yeah.
No, Team Ninja. That's the Ninja Gaiden team. Fucked up Metroid.
Yes. Yep.
Fruit Ninja?
No.
No, that is Half Brick.
Yes.
Yes.
Very different company.
Brisbane.
Yes. So yeah, Hellblade, it took their AAA aesthetic and production values and made a small game, which even when calling it small, it's a narrative single player game, which is approximately 8 hours long.
Yeah, I think it took me around there.
Yeah, 6 to 8 hours. It is based around Norse mythology. You are a woman that's basically gone to hell for all intents and purposes.
Single L.
Yeah, it gets.
Did you have subtitles turned on?
No, but well, it must have been written somewhere because I know it's because hell and hell are the god. They're all sort of the same thing. Like I was reading it up into a bit of it later, and it's not like it's confusing. It's just that there's multiple interpretations of things.
Yes.
But anyway, so she's ostensibly gone to hell to rescue the soul of her lover after incidents have happened, and they make a big deal about how this is a game where the main character has mental health issues, form of psychosis, and sort of
basically schizophrenic.
Yeah, schizophrenia is definitely in the mix there, and the game has a big focus on that. And well, I don't know what to jump into first. Where should we start?
Oh, I think having games about sanity is not a new thing.
No,
that's been around for a while. Like Eternal Darkness, like as a gimmick in a game, like there is some kind of sanity,
sanity effects
and things like that, or Dead Space 3, and like, they've all done something like that. But this is the first one I've played where they actually got mental health professionals in, and they tried to incorporate it into the game.
Now, I take umbrage with all of it. Now, I'm gonna put a blanket here. I love this game.
Yeah.
This is almost like a 10 out of 10 for me. I fucking love it, but I think it's also a sign of how video games are still not quite there as a confident art form. Because how often when you see, say, a movie about mental health, does it start by telling you, oh, by the way, this is about mental health?
Oh, no.
Look, the very first credit of the game is, oh, here are mental health.
No.
Take us seriously. Please take us seriously. So all of that stuff that they put out there is just marketing to me.
And I think you're absolutely right.
Yeah.
That this is something which shows how far games have to go. Because whenever something comes along, which is competent at kind of this more mature storytelling, it's seen as a standout.
Yes.
Yeah. Because if you take this out of the context of being a video game, like what it's doing is nothing crazy and amazing. It's good, but it's, like I think the standard of storytelling in games is generally the bar isn't that high.
No, I think plot wise the game is fine. It's not like when I say a good video game story is a bad story. Otherwise, it's still a source. Like it would be in comparison to like a small film like The Witch or something like that. It's relatively straightforward, but there's nothing spectacular about the plot.
Yeah,
the way that it's told and the way it uses gameplay to tell that, I think, is incredibly special.
I think the bit that really stands out for me with this was that rather than just going, let's have some insanity effects and let's make whatever the user question what they're seeing, the insanity actually works as almost a HUD replacement and goes in and supports the game as a whole. I mean, things like when you're low on health, the whispers will start telling you, "I'm just going to die, just going to die." You
constantly have voices in your ears, and I highly recommend anyone playing this to play it with headphones on. It makes a big difference. Sometimes you might want to take them off. James, you didn't always want to play with headphones on?
No, I basically, the scariest part of the game, I put on the headphones. The rest of it, I took them off.
Yes. There's constantly voices going in your head, so it works both as a tutorial, saying like, oh, she should go over there. Did she see it? Great. But then when you go over there, they then can start adding doubt in your head as a storytelling device, going like, why is she going there? She shouldn't be doing that. And it's like, so I would have actually liked it if the game almost split at a certain point of like, did you listen to those voices or those voices? Because those are the negative voices. You should have phased them out. You've not done those things, but there's none of that play. But then also just straight up HUD things, like as you're saying, health or if an enemy's up behind you, they might yell. They might
behind you.
Yeah, he's behind you, dark or something like that. So there is no HUD at all in this game, and any information you need is given to you pretty much solely through audio cues. And then those audio cues are contextualized in her schizophrenia. So it's both mature in what it's dealing with and just clever as a gameplay
Yeah.
mechanic.
Yeah, another one I really enjoyed was the focus mechanic.
Yes.
Because part of the problem is that she's not sure what's real, what's going on, but you focus on things to kind of draw information out of it. To the point even when you're in combat, like that's how you trigger your your Super Saiyan mode, is when you go focus and suddenly you can attack a lot more and things like that. But just another example of they're using mechanics, they're using this mental illness system to support the game. They're not just going, we're going to put in some weirdness and make you be scared of a bathtub, which is still great.
Still a good moment of its time. I do wonder how much. Yeah. I do have Eternal Darkness sitting downstairs to play again, and I'm like, should I?
Did you really get back to it?
That's okay. So straight up on the gameplay of Hellblade, it's a bit shit.
Yeah, so you put the combat on easy. That's the first thing you do.
Yep.
Yes.
Because
and not because I didn't like the combat, just that having it on auto, where it auto scales to you, just seemed to make the enemies have huge huge hit points for me. So when I turned it to easy, suddenly they died in like a fifth of the hits, and I just wasn't grinding through.
Yeah, because some of the battles go on especially later on in the game. Some of the battles go on and on and on. And so I think it's because I still, even on easy, I still felt challenged. I still felt I get down low on health.
Yeah, well, between it scaling up harder and being easy, the combat didn't get harder. It just took longer.
Yeah.
And that can sometimes make it harder because as more enemies are coming in, you might be dealing with more. But still later in the game, I was dealing with large hordes of enemies, and I honestly don't think they could have put more characters on the screen sometimes. Yeah. So I think there probably was a hard limit anyway. But the combat's very simple. You basically have just a dodge, a light attack, a heavy attack, and you can run in, and you've got a block. But
I never block.
I don't think I used it once. There's a kick.
There's a kick.
You can do the kick.
I think the invulnerability frames for when you dodge are pretty
incredibly generous.
Yeah, so
it's like if you see something swinging,
dodge,
or the voices yell at you, dodge. Just hit dodge.
Yeah, you're fine.
You're fine. You can dodge freaking anything almost.
In fact, I think in combat where I had the most trouble was just when you get overwhelmed, because then it's hard to dodge when you're completely surrounded.
Yeah, because it doesn't have you can flick the right stick to change between which enemy you're focusing on, but it doesn't. You're not very agile. It's not a great for crowd control. It's not the best system,
and it's not like a game with multiple weapons or anything. There's no combos you're building up. I think after we both played it. I think we both made the comment that it felt like a walking simulator.
I would call it a walking simulator,
and I think it's because it didn't feel to me like the combat or even the puzzle solving was the central point of what that was. It was like this activity to do while you were going through it.
And the thing is, even though ragging a little bit on the combat, I still was immensely satisfied by most of the combat. Sometimes I was like, okay, this is. Yes, I get it. Every 20 feet down this corridor, I'm just going to get into a couple more people to stab in the face. I'm done. But there isn't too many areas where it's combat heavy. But I mean, the system felt great. And when you get a few moments of power fantasy in the game, and those feel incredibly empowering. And then other times when you're struggling and you're being overwhelmed, it's very effective. And I feel really good doing the combat. But I still wouldn't say, this is not a character action game. This is not the next Devil May Cry. This is, I remember when we were first watching footage of it, and I'm like, what is this game? It looks fucking terrible. And it is exactly that, except once it's contextualized in the story that's going on and the characters, and it's great. It feels really good.
Well, I think that part of what made the combat tense for me was there's that line very early on where it talks about the rot, and the rot, every time you die, the rot will get closer to the head, and when the rot reaches the head, it says, all progress is lost. And the way it's framed or phrased, it makes me think basically the game's got permadeath.
Yes.
Now, I never looked up whether or not that was true. I still don't really want to know. But the tension of not being sure about every time I died, if I was closer to actually just losing all my progress, added a lot of tension to it. And I think made the fights more meaningful. It was definitely made them. I think without them, I'll be like, another fight. Okay, the combat's fine, but...
And then the other half of the gameplay is walking around and finding symbols in the environment that match the symbols that you've seen on a door, and it's, for the most of it, pretty unsatisfying and just something to slow down progress on.
Yeah.
That said, there is a story justification for it.
There is, yes.
But that doesn't help the fact that it's kind of monotonous gameplay. That said, even with both major elements of the gameplay being ho-hum, they still put everything together. What I loved... What I think is amazing about this game is its production values, put it at a different level than most games we put under walking simulators.
Yeah.
So Firewatch, for instance, which is a beautiful game, lovely game. You know the limits of what can happen in that story because you are aware of their budget. Because their budget means you can't talk to another character. They can't afford animated characters. You're not going to... there's nothing spectacular is going to suddenly happen because they don't have the effects budget to do that. They've crafted a nice environment. They've got some nice, straight up effects, and they've made some nice objects to investigate, and they've got good audio, but that's all they can afford. This is a game which can literally pull the world apart polygon by polygon if it wants. It can rip down a wall and have a giant monster slam through and do in super high fidelity. And it can happen at any moment. There are areas in this game which are amazingly spectacular, and all those assets are only used for that one brief area. It cost a lot of artist time and money to do those bits because they are a AAA company, and I heard someone say it was 20 developers. I was watching the credits. There's about 20 lead developers, and then there's 40 other developers, and then a bunch of other people. I'm like, of course, because it's still a freaking hard game to make. The amount of art assets required, even when they cut corners by having, there's only about 5 different enemy types, so you see them recycled a lot. But that's fine.
I love the corners they cut with the full motion video.
That was
amazing. My favorite, because I didn't realize it, so it took me a little bit to click on. They're like, oh, that's FMV. They just kind of snuck it in there. Yeah,
so because Senua is really the only character they've invested a large amount of time in realizing, she's fully motion captured. There's all these things out to watch on the internet about how they did the process and all that. And they didn't have the budget to do that with the other characters she has to talk to, so that when they appear, they're literally FMV because it's a cinematic camera whenever they're in.
Yeah.
So they just put a filmed person next to a CGI person.
They blend it with the environment so well.
Yeah,
it looks in place.
Quite well done.
Yeah, it was. I mean, even
I wouldn't say it's perfect, but it's well done.
No. I mean, it's definitely thinking more than Abduction. Where the Abduction was making a point out of using FMV. But it was nowhere near as well integrated as Hellgate was.
It's very, very stylish.
Hellblade, not Hellgate. That's a very different game.
Yeah, Hellgate is a very different game. Yeah. Without really wanting to go into spoilers or anything, I just found the whole thing very, very impressive. And I played it probably 4 sessions because I needed a break now and then.
Yeah.
But I did finish in, I think, 2 days because I was really enjoying it.
I think I played it over a weekend. Cheryl watched me play it, and she was not particularly impressed.
I don't think it's a watch game. I wouldn't watch a let's play of this game. I think it's very much experiential.
Yeah.
And I throw it in the same ballpark as a Silent Hill game.
Yeah.
If Silent Hill did a historical game, if it was something like this, I'd be fine. That's cool. Yeah. It gets real fucked up at parts.
Yeah. It's one of those more than some of its parts games.
Yes.
Individually, the story is it's got the kind of storytelling I don't even like. I don't even like my kind of airy fairy storytelling. I like my strong, clear narratives. But even all that aside, it kind of works thematically with what's going on.
At least you want to clear, it's not a game that doesn't have answers to most of the story.
Oh, no, yeah.
Most of the what's going on and how this all came to be, whilst it starts as a mystery, is very explicitly explained throughout the... And yes, and the whole situation is very well justified.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so
very good.
Hellblade.
Recommend...
Setsuna's Revenge. Senua's Sacrifice. So let's shift gears.
Yes.
Let's talk about Sonic.
Sega. So, as someone who is not a Sonic fan traditionally,
I don't like any Sonic games except for Sonic Spinball, which I went back and played, and I didn't think it was as good as I remembered.
I was trying to understand what Sonic is.
Yes, I think that's it. Sonic has had an identity crisis for most of his existence.
So it's a game about going fast, and I go fast in it. But I feel like if I'm going fast, I'm playing it wrong. Because the maps are big and multi-branching, and there's lots to explore.
There is.
And to do that, you need to not go fast.
Yes and no.
You need a combination of going fast and not fast.
Yes.
To do that.
I think as you get more intimate knowledge of the game, I'm not saying get better, you literally need to know the levels. Then you start going fast because you're trying to take specific paths and you know what you're doing. As you first entering levels, and I mean, there's a lot to get through here. As I play Sonic, I keep dying because the time limit runs out. because I want to look everywhere.
See, I get through it quickly, and then I think, did I finish the level? Because I feel like I only saw 20% of that level.
Yes. See, I want to see more and more.
Yeah.
Which is not anything I've had in a Sonic game before. Because where this game, I'm going to say, is wonderful, is they seem to have endless creativity on movement mechanics and the way things can interact and building. So the only thing I suppose I don't like about Sonic is that I don't get a good idea of the overall flow of a level. Like, it's a bunch of stuff thrown together, and I will then, over time, if I keep playing that level, learn how it interconnects.
Yeah.
But I can't get a picture of what a zone looks like or something overall. So as I go through it, as I jump up somewhere, I go, oh, if I go past that, I can't come back. So I better go back and explore everywhere else.
Because you can't go back to the level either, right? Is there a level select in there?
I think it's a different mode.
Okay.
So once you go through them, you clear them, you can go back.
Okay.
But as you play through the single player, no, there isn't going back.
Yeah.
You just do one level after another. And then I think you can unlock them later.
Yeah.
So starts off Green Hill Zone 1. Pretty standard. It plays well. It looks exactly like Sonic 2 age, except there's more frames of animation. It's a bit smoother. And my wife just arrived. Hello, wife.
Hey, Lisa.
There's dinner in the oven. And you run through it, and it's pretty standard, but it plays nicely. And I was already thinking, like, this is tight. But again, I don't know how much I care about Sonic in the long run. And then what it does is you don't go to Zone 2 as a different level. It scrolls across and says, okay, now you're going to continue running. And what it does with the sort of first couple of classic levels is it gives you pretty much a level that you had in the original Sonic series. And then it goes, and now this is all our new twists on it. And the second half of the level has a whole bunch of new mechanics and a whole bunch of new gadgets to play with and things to discover. And I'm like, oh, this is what you can do with Sonic. This is very interesting. And that's when I start hitting the time limits.
Because you want to explore it.
I keep playing it. It's like, what if I did this with this? And, oh, that's cool. And especially when I got to like the studio world, the TV world and everything. Oh, so much fun with all those things. Like the things that beam you around and different launch pads. And
there's an easily accessible cheat mode in this game.
Is there?
I believe so, yeah. Like, I think you can just hit a few buttons and enable a cheat mode.
Good. That's what cheat mode should be.
And that might be the solution to the problem. Like, if you just want to explore it, if you just enable the cheat mode,
turn off my timer.
Maybe I'm not sure what the options are. I know you can do things like give lives and stuff like that, but there might be one to just say turn off the timer.
Oh, see, the thing is, running out of timer doesn't matter anyway. It just takes you back to the last checkpoint.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh well, I lost my rings. I lose them anyway because I'm frankly not good at this game. If I was a streamer and people were watching me playing this game, I think they would send like Anthrax to me in the mail. It's like, oh, not only does he suck, but he's going really slow too.
Yeah, I go fast. So, did you play much Sonic?
I was heavily into Sonic Rush on the DS.
Okay.
I've been wanting to get the new Switch one.
Now,
I just haven't yet.
I don't know where Sonic Rush fits in Sonic formula. Is it like Sonic 2 or is it?
Yes, I have actually played Sonic 2 as well. I got the classic collection for DS as well.
So Sonic Rush
very
was
similar. It's just a little bit more mechanic wise.
It was very like doing long run focused.
Okay.
I remember playing it and I just didn't leave a lasting impression on me. But yes, it wasn't quite like this. Yeah, I mean, at the time, I was in love with anything DS. It's like, Sonic, why do I like Sonic? Nintendogs were never good.
I like my Nintendogs.
Told him to high five. Little guy brush.
Real dogs are good. Nintendogs
I
can
could never
die in a
have
fire.
a dog, so Nintendogs was my next best thing.
I had a little stand. I put Nintendog on next to my desk, and I'd talk to it during the day while I was working.
I had a little bin that I put the cartridge in when it was a little shit.
You monster.
Admittedly, I played it obsessively for like 6 months. But that's because it was one of the three things to play when the DS first came out.
I had a little chihuahua. Her name was Daisy, and she was great at Frisbee and the agility contests. She was the best.
They should add agility orbs to Nintendogs. That would be good.
Should add them to everything.
Oh, is that in the news? It is in the news. So don't worry, it's in the news. We'll get to it later.
We'll get there.
Yeah. So Sonic also has some fun remixes with the bonus stages. Chasing down the UFO, which is like a race.
I got that UFO.
I've only got one of them.
The first one. I got the first one.
I got the first one. I'm so bad at it. This when I died on the second one, I'm like, this is when the Anthrax comes in the mail.
Yeah. If you're playing with Tails, if you pick up the second controller, someone can control it.
Yeah. I am having a ball of a time. I think I'm into like the 5th world.
Okay.
Because it's that second world chemical plant. Goddamn chemical plant. There's one spot. Freaking water comes up.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
Chemical plant, Sonic 2.
I don't know. There was just one, like, it was easy to get up, and then there was just this one moving platform I had to jump onto. Must have missed it 20 times.
Yep.
It's like, fuck. And I'd fall back in the water and have to run back up.
Mhm.
God damn it.
Have you played any Knuckles?
No.
Knuckles is fun.
Can you just unlock Knuckles at any time?
Yeah, and Tails if you want to just play Tails.
Oh, I'm just playing through the game, basically.
Yeah.
I haven't explored any other
'Cause
options.
Because if you just play as
Is,
Knuckles, you
have
can
you
just
played-
latch onto the walls and climb up and stuff like that.
Knuckles is a bitch.
So, James, have you played Sonic 2 and 3?
Nope.
Nope. Okay.
So this is where I bought it and I was on holidays,
Mhm.
and I thought, oh, I'll check this out. I have no solid opinion on
Mhm.
Sonic whatsoever.
Mhm.
I don't think it's a thing for me.
Yeah.
Like I want to go play it with Cheryl. Like I want to try the co-op
Yeah.
stuff with Tails. I just get very confused as to like what it is.
Mm.
Like
It is kind of an oddity.
It's kind of a Metroidvania.
What? No!
Is it? I don't know. It's not me trying to understand it. I see this big open world which I'm meant to explore, but I have a time limit and I go fast.
You're not supposed to explore it.
Well, what do I do?
You're supposed to take runs.
Please
I'm
don't
back.
die.
So the goal of Sonic is to get to the end of the level.
I can do that.
There are multiple ways to get there,
Okay.
which may give you more rewards or maybe more exciting or maybe more interesting.
Okay, so it's a game where I replay the same level, looking for different ways to get from right to left. Or left to
Basically,
right.
yes.
Okay.
And time attack.
And time attack.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, in the end,
Time trial.
that's what it sort of it sort of becomes a speedrunning game at the end of the day.
Because I never know if I'm playing it wrong. Because I go fast,
You
but
can't
then...
play anything wrong.
But no, but because then...
Well, when I keep running out of time limit, I'm playing it wrong.
Because I
Yes.
think, do I need to go back? Because I see something and go, oh, was I meant to get that? Do I now need to figure out how to get it? Or do I just keep running to the right?
Have you fought the boss in like the airship?
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
It was a great idea, but for some reason, it's like you got to attack it and it's hit. You got to knock it to the side. But for some reason, I just kept like flying through its hitbox and hitting the spikes myself. I'm like, why am I?
Yeah.
I went straight through it. I'm supposed to hit it. Why did I go straight through it? I think I
I
just.
should buy this.
I actually think it is the first Sonic game that I think is a good game, at least in today's perspective. I mean, the other ones were good at the time, but going back, I really don't enjoy any of
Actually,
them at
looking
all.
forward to Sonic in post-apocalyptic Russia.
What?
Oh, I mean, yeah, no. I mean, like I liked like 5 levels of Lost World. I like bits of Generations. But the problem is always I don't. It's kind of like you saying I don't get Sonic or what I'm trying to get out of it. This is full of enough inventive things that I encounter a new area. I see a thing, see how to interact with it, and then I'm basically given running puzzles with that new mechanic in there, and then it's gone. Then it's now here's a bunch of new things. I was going through all these trash compactors and things and little cranes that pick you up, and then you're on poles that you can launch yourself off, and then that's all gone. You're being sent by Radioheads, and you're in a giant gumball machine with lottery stuff, and like this is
It's almost like it was made by a bunch of people who know and understand Sonic.
Yes.
yes,
Which it was.
It was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty great.
If you have ever been interested in Sonic, especially if you were a fan, because all this does is make it better and brings it up to a level that people like me that were always kind of like. I mean, I was a Sonic boy growing up. I used to draw Sonic beating the shit out of Mario. I didn't have either console.
Yeah.
I just decided that
picked a
Sonic was
side. You just
cool.
gotta
Yeah,
pick a
I picked
side.
the cool side,
Yeah.
the radical side.
I like hedgehogs. Hedgehogs are adorable.
Yeah, Mario's a fat plumber. I mean, what the hell? What's cool about that? He's working class. Oh, that
He
really
actually
appeals-
has his own console still.
Yeah.
Oh.
Hey, not back in those days. Back in those days, I was Sega.
Sega.
Gotta yell it. It's like, oh, that Saturn's coming out. It's going to be the best one ever. It wasn't. No, it was not. But I do have a Saturn,
You do.
and I haven't played it in a long time.
Does it still turn on?
I think so.
Hope so.
So it almost no use. So it should turn on
Yeah.
fine. Got Daytona.
Yep.
Daytona.
Got Knights.
Got Knights. Got
Panzer
Panzer
Dragoon.
Dragoon, but not Saga.
Nope.
Not Saga.
Don't have the big bucks.
No, I do not have the big bucks for Panzer
No.
Dragoon Saga. That is true.
Don't you love retro game markets?
Oh, fuck. God. Why did gaming have to become cool?
Yeah.
It made it very difficult to get into if
Yeah.
you're not like a serious collector. It's like, no, I just wanted to find stuff in a box. And it's good. At least I like a lot of unpopular
Yeah,
things.
you used to have to like things that no one else likes. So,
Yeah.
like liking old PC things. No
Yeah.
one gives a shit about old PC
when we
things.
get excited about PC shit from
Yeah.
the 80s and potentially earlier,
Yeah.
no one gives a
Like,
crap about
and
that.
I mean, you found me Dare to Dream 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was only
Who
like,
knows Dare to Dream 2? I tweeted the picture to Cliffy B and he
Yeah.
liked it.
of course.
He's like, oh,
It's very exciting.
it's like, oh, like you, sir.
And it was the cheapest thing at the Ferro found it because they neither knew what it was or cared.
I know about it because Paul was there.
It's true.
It's really hard to get that game to run now because it's a Windows 3.1 game. Which I guess means you have to run it through DOSBox, running Windows 3.1.
Have you seen if it's just on archive.org?
I should check it out but it was back in that day where each of the segments of the user interface was a Windows window.
Oh, yeah.
That was that phase where it's like, oh, we need to use a portion of the screen. Let's just make this little window with a little.
Just get a bit close to your mic, by the way.
Oh, sorry, a little bit there. Yeah, it was back in those days.
There's a
Windows
current
3.1 days.
When was that?
When?
Yeah.
Oh god, early 90s.
Before time itself.
For me.
Yeah, before you. So before existence, basically, for you at least. There's that new RPG that's sort of that style. It's Windows 3.1 styled. And when enemies like attack you, they'll do things like minimize your windows and stuff like that.
That's good.
cool.
I like it.
Yeah.
I like it.
I haven't got it yet, though. New tune.
What's it called?
It's King something? King
Landing?
Windows.
Speaking of things which I haven't played yet, which I do want to play.
Yeah.
Is Western of Loathing?
West of Loathing.
West of Loathing.
Yes.
Yeah, so that was from
Kingdom of Loathing
team.
devs,
Their single player game out on Steam now. Haven't played it because I think the mobile version is not far off. And it seems like a thing I could play on my mobile quite well.
Probably. They're good guys. They do a video game Hot Dog. One of my very liked things that I listen to
You
in my
enjoy it?
ears.
Right in your ears.
Magic ears.
And I used to play Kingdom of Loathing quite a bit.
You did.
It's about the only MMO that I ever gave a shit about. I just loved the way it reacted. It was one of those things, and I assume all MMOs do it, but it's the one I was involved in when I first saw what MMOs could do. Because I just remembered there was a mountain you could go to, and you could skin penguins, I think?
Is it Yetis?
Yetis,
Yeah.
yes. You could skin Yetis, and the pelts sold for a great amount on the marketplace. So everyone's just started going and killing all the Yetis. And then the drop rate for Yetis started getting lower and lower when you went to the mountain. And then you started getting protesters on the mountain saying, save the Yetis. And I was just like... And this wasn't designed beforehand. This was just because players worked out this was the most efficient way to make money, and they exploited it. So instead of getting rid of the exploit, they used it as a story device. I'm like, that's
Don't
great.
die, please.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
A reactive world is, and I assume all MMOs do that to a degree.
I remember when WoW had its viral outbreak.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, and it got into Stormwind and things
Club,
like that.
Club Penguin, everyone tried to tip the iceberg. They eventually made it as a feature.
That you could do
You
it.
could do it. Yeah,
That's-
that's the community
Yeah.
starts finding little things like that. It's cool when they run with it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
Rest in
better
peace,
to
Club
react and then
Penguin.
Yeah.
ignore it or shut it down. It's like no. People want to be heard. They want to feel they make an impact.
Yes.
Yeah, and that's a big problem with MMOs typically, because you can't let people have that much individual effect on the world and there's been so many things to try and deal with that.
Yeah.
And like they all do it to an extent, and when it does it, it's great. Poor James. He's gonna- James, would it help if I punched you in the throat?
Might help a little bit.
It won't.
No.
It won't. That's terrible.
Okay, I'm good.
Okay, so we talked about Sanic, and what were we talking about? Oh, yeah, West of Loathing. Yeah, I'll be picking that up.
Yeah.
Just no
Oh,
time in this big longer thing. Shall we hit a little bit of news, and shall we hit it hard?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's hard and fast. So,
Okay, so
Ooh.
some of this news is a little bit old, but we'll go through it anyway because why not?
I haven't heard of it. It's new to me.
Okay, Minecraft on the Switch, it got a patch, so finally you get 1080p when it's docked. That was a weird bug.
Yay.
Done. Okay. Both Gearbox and Valve have announced new games, and both of them can fuck right off.
Yeah.
Yay.
Getting our Dota 2 card game
Yeah.
artifact.
The best thing was when they were announcing the Dota 2 card game, they were like, oh, it's a totally new game from Valve. And they didn't say new IP, but basically everything else they were like, it's totally new, nothing you've seen before. And then it's like, and then the trailer is just Dota stuff, and then they didn't even show cards. And it was like, it's artifact. It's like, oh.
And it's probably going to make him a lot of money.
It'll make him a lot of money,
will.
and it'll make me very cynical, but I mean, why does Valve need to make more money than making enough money?
Because they don't have enough, obviously.
And Gearbox also announced a card game, but it's a mixture of card game and first person game, and it's called Project 1v1 currently.
Oh, I haven't seen that one.
Yes, I think it's. Oh, I don't think there's anything to see yet.
Yeah.
It's just a shooter
With cards.
with cards.
Yeah.
Fucking.
You love when arbitrary abstractions remain arbitrary for no good reason.
Anyway,
I don't have an opinion.
we are getting another release of a HD version of Akami coming to PS4 and Xbox One.
Yay,
I don't know if they're doing one on the Switch.
It'd be nice if they did.
It'd be good if they're good. But you know what would be even nicer?
What?
Well,
A new
Akami 2, because
Yeah.
they fucking released this game like 100 times
Yeah.
now. And if you haven't played it already, this is what I think.
I haven't played it.
Are you going to buy it though?
If it comes to Switch, I don't have a PS4 or an Xbox One.
But you got
Yeah.
do you have,
I have a Wii.
you got a Wii? Do you have?
You get a really cheap on Wii.
Do you got a PS3, an Xbox 360?
I do have those things.
Yeah, it's on fucking everything.
Okay.
And the thing is, it still hasn't sold gangbusters because I expect everyone that's interested in it has already bought it.
Yeah.
And this re-release is for people to buy it again.
You know, I expect it's got some really good code base.
Uh-huh.
I think like they've just written this thing. It's a bit of engineering beauty.
Yeah.
Which they can just port this thing
Yeah.
to everything.
Weirdly, there's a flag in the code at the very beginning that was there in the original Wii release, and it just says PS4.
Just put it in there. Just like they were just thinking ahead.
Yeah. I was really confused by the Xbox 2. Like what that flag meant.
X-Bone.
No, I got
No,
nothing.
what?
Okay. So Blizzard has renamed BattleNet once again. So it went to BattleNet, then it went to Blizzard app, and now
No, it's back to Blizzard.
it's Blizzard BattleNet.
They've gone back. They've changed the look slightly. They've got new icons.
They had to find
Yeah,
something
I
they
like
could
the
trademark
icons.
properly. But also now that when it went to Blizzard app, and then like the next month they announced that Destiny was
Yeah.
coming to it, it's
Like,
like,
whoa, slow
oh,
down there. We need to,
Yeah.
we need to get this
Back on track.
And BattleNet's
Yeah.
such a better name anyway.
It's a great
Everyone
name.
knows
It's a
BattleNet.
fantastic
It's a
Yeah.
good name.
I thought Blizzard app was wrong. It's just.
Zippity zap,
I think the
Flippity
Destiny PC betas this weekend,
something like
I
that.
think, as well.
Mm.
I'll check that out.
Oh, maybe I have to have a look.
I just want to see how it runs on my computer.
Lookity duck.
I like my computer.
Okay, No Man's Sky got a big patch,
Oh, yeah.
and it's more and more stuff to make it a full game. It's even got multiplayer now.
Yeah, I played it.
Yep.
It's better, but it's still...
Got 30 hours of story content with
Yeah.
actual named characters and
Yeah.
stuff going on. Way more tutorial at the intro. Whole bunch of training and building and whatever stuff. I mean, it's got a lot of stuff in it.
It's
So is it
unfortunately...
what
the,
it should have been? Not quite.
well, still...
I still think it's kind of what it was said to be. I think people's imaginations got away
Yeah.
with them and how exciting that would be.
I still think the planets are full of mostly
I saw some stuff on some very interesting planets. Like planets that are entirely synthetic.
Ooh.
That was interesting. Like made
But-
of like fractal hexagons.
That's cool, but like on the planet itself, like the planet,
But
there's nothing particularly interesting on it.
here's my thing.
Yeah.
Most planets I don't think have anything interesting on them.
I just want one good one.
I bet there is.
There is. I like. I really hope that somewhere in the
Infinite.
mathematics they just like they got like 4 or 5 like really interesting, fully detailed planets where they.
Well, I think the kind of
Fully
is in the
simulated
story
cities.
mode that takes you to specifically designed planets.
Okay.
Yeah. That said, like, you're not getting cities or anything.
yeah.
And that's the stuff that would be interesting because that's landforms only have so many possibilities in like science.
I think what would make a big difference to me would be if the planets didn't feel like a kind of like uniform blob, because they don't feel like planets to me. They feel like there's no climate. There's no
Have they even added like
there's no
actual sun?
continents. There's no.
Does it go rotating around the sun with
not
day and
sure
night
about
yet?
that.
Because it didn't.
I'm not probably not. I'm not sure about that, but like I want it to feel like a planet. I want to go there and go.
Well,
Here's
you
an
want,
ocean.
essentially you want different biomes and stuff like that. You don't want the Star Trek idea of like this is the desert channel. Well, all sci-fi.
I understand
really.
that occasionally something will be Hoth, and occasionally something will be Tatooine.
But even Hoth shouldn't be Hoth.
But you think
That
like,
should just be the snowy cold bit of
you'd
Hoth.
think-
Maybe that's the warmest bit of Hoth there.
Maybe, yeah.
And the other bits
Yeah.
are some sort of like
Yeah.
some frozen nightmare. Where the air is frozen and shit like that.
Yeah.
That would be great.
Like I still think Starbound pulled it off really well. In like they've got this big planet you can go explore, and there's interesting things, different biomes on the one planet to make it interesting.
Yeah, but it's 2D, and 2D games are for babies.
They are for stupid babies who are dumb.
So- oh, look at this stupid dumb baby. Let's go play some more Sonic. Okay. Finally, we've got a quality Splatfest question. Would you prefer to be invisible or be able to fly?
Well, this one I thought was quite telling of. I think this is a good. gauge of personality.
So I'm not going to guess what you two are. I'm going to what do you two both know that my pick would be?
I'd say invisible.
Yeah, invisible.
Because I'm a pervert. That's
Yeah.
right.
Yes.
Correct.
Well, this is why I thought it was really telling. Because immediately when I got this question, it's like, okay, I don't want to be his hero.
No.
So what is the most practical? And flight. Flight is the most practical superpower.
Well,
It says nothing about the speed of the
Yes.
flight.
It doesn't matter. It's still, I can get a very optimal route. I can go chill out and just fly with no one in my way.
But what if it's like 2 kilometers an hour?
I still take it. Because what does invisibility get me? Apart from being a pervert. And I understand that really kind of works for you
I mean,
there,
it's good
buddy.
for all sorts of
Yeah.
crimes.
That's it. So it's,
And
Yeah.
on top of it all, being left alone.
Yeah.
I see.
Ah.
Being able to just sort of
but
sit in a public
does
space.
But there's the thing that you're touching turn invisible as well. So
No.
oh.
No,
So
I
you
think
got to
close,
knit it up.
You have to be naked all the time.
And no one's allowed to be looking at you. This is
Yeah.
full on Mystery Men style.
Yeah.
I can only be invisible when no one's looking.
Quick, no one looking at Paul.
Do you
If-
He's invisible.
I should get into After Effects and put it on something in there.
do you follow the memes of Splatoon 2? It's like this constantly moving.
It's really
blob.
annoying. Like, it was all right with the furry stuff. I accepted it, but now it's then it turned into, oh, I wish this was real, and
Yeah.
stuff like that. And then now it's like a whole heap of LB.
Yeah, now it's
stuff.
transgender things.
I wish we could kiss. Let's kiss. Wow.
Like, I'm
Oh,
accepting
I'm into
of
that.
that, but it's just so much.
What about squid on squid action? Come on, Amy. Give us some squid
Yes,
on
squid
squid.
on squid.
Leave my squids alone.
I'm not touching your squids.
You can't touch my squids.
Don't worry.
So-
You leave those squids unguarded.
Show us that juicy tentacle. Oh, yeah.
One. I have one.
I'm not taking my purple
No,
one.
we'll just see
Not
about
taking
that.
the purple one.
We'll see.
That kind of upvotes.
I do miss the more lighthearted
Yes. That's the entire thing. That's
Miiverse
why I
things.
like the memes.
'Cause it just
I took so many screenshots at the beginning of everyone's
Yeah.
release, especially all the things released NAC 2.
Oh, that was great. But I want to know where it goes because it seems like every week
There's a new
it will
meme.
morph into something
But
else.
that's like just memes in general. They're just
But
forced
it
these
moves
days.
really fast. I'm actually curious how much of it is curated. Well, a lot of it is
Well,
curated,
there's
but
the
how
fresh.
but
Yeah.
how much of it is someone at Nintendo actually pushing a particular direction to? Because I seem to see the same pictures of that
Yeah.
other people see.
Yes,
Yeah.
like because when a lot of the ones I took screenshots of are like, oh, I'll talk about these on the show. Then I saw posted all over the internet, like,
Yeah,
oh, well, it's
I've
not
seen
that
that one. I've
special
seen
Like,
that one.
anymore.
I've seen that one.
there's this one I really love called
So-
Daily Cali. So
Yes,
it's, yeah,
yeah.
that guy's great. But yeah,
So it seems very heavily curated.
yeah.
But did you look at how people do high end drawings in Splatoon?
Oh, it's
Yes.
crazy.
yeah,
It is nuts.
it's literally pixel by pixel printing, and it takes like 17 minutes to do one. It's like,
Oh, are we talking about the tool?
yeah,
Yeah.
tool to do it with like basically robotic
Mm.
button pushing.
Yeah, it's nuts. It's completely
Yeah,
nuts.
it's insane. Anyway, let's keep going. But what were your answers? You said flying.
Oh, it's flight,
and-
easy.
Flying.
Flying. Oh, geez, you two are.
No, it's the most practical
disappointments me.
power to have.
There
But
are no details.
It just depends, though. That's the problem. I want details.
What if you go?
Okay, well, the invisible one. What if you're invisible and you can't turn back?
Well, that's fine.
But then you're invisible forever.
Just
Yeah.
pour some paint on me.
But then the paint turns invisible.
No, we already established
No,
that.
Yeah.
but the details, Paul.
Well, where does things stop turning
they
invisible?
don't. You
So
actually, this brings about the end of the universe.
the whole world turns
Yeah.
invisible. Then I'm fine. Everyone's invisible. Everyone's pervert. You don't even know if you're having sex
paint
with
on
something.
everyone.
It's just there's just some sensation in front of you. Find out it's a truck.
Oh, I lost it.
That's what she
Oh.
said. Okay. Crackdown 3 has been delayed until 2018. I'm assuming that's so they make it a game that people want to play. No
him.
one's going to bite.
What? So
Good.
who? What?
Crackdown 3 was delayed so that they can hopefully make it a game people want to play.
Oh, I hope so.
Yeah.
I don't reckon they will though.
Because it looked kind of shit.
Yeah.
When they showed it off. Which means the Scorpio launches. I think this is a new Forza. That's it.
Yeah.
Everything
so I'm
else.
confused. What's the Scorpio? Is that the new
Xbox One,
X1?
X1,
Yeah.
X.
Yeah. There is a Scorpio edition Xbox
Yes.
One X, which I thought was actually kind of cute.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah.
I can't get excited about it. Like, there's nothing about it other than it has a different print on the
Yeah.
case. The same as they announced. There's a Minecraft
Yeah.
Xbox.
I mean, I
One.
think we have the One X. This is what consoles are now.
Yeah.
They're incremental upgrades.
Oh, that's fine. But I just think it's
Mm.
to not really have anything to take advantage of it at
Yeah.
launch is kind of weak.
Yeah.
But that's all right. They will have
Spoilers,
stuff eventually,
PlayStation
and we'll
game,
see.
You must have the graphics add-on.
Yeah. You must stack
Don't give them ideas.
3 graphics hats on
Three graphic hats.
on the
You
end of
need
your Move controller.
Yeah.
Okay, nice little story. One of the main devs of another Metroid 2 remake has been hired by the directors of Ori and the Wild Wisps, or whatever it is, the new Ori game.
Oh,
So
okay.
that was a good audition piece.
Yeah.
We got an announcement of a new game, Biomutant, being made by Just Cause 3
Furries.
devs.
Mhm.
And it is, I guess, furries in an open world.
Cute furries.
I guess.
Is
They
this
got bad fur.
post-apocalyptic furries?
Yes. In a big foresty world, and there the footage so far, there's a cinematic trailer, which is meaningless to me. There is a bit of gameplay, which is a bit choppy. But they had some cool things like riding in vehicles. One of the vehicles was a hand.
and Adam's family
And
stole
you could
hand.
you could finger bang people. Like pow, pow. That kind of finger banging,
Yeah,
not the
I was
other.
thinking very different things.
Yes, I thought I should specify.
You should
after
clarify.
that. Yeah.
Yes.
So it looks good. Yeah, you're a little raccoony thing.
Mm.
It's very cute.
Yeah, we'll see.
That's
Jerry's
all
like-
I've got
I think
for
it, I think it's a much lower budget than their other stuff
Yep.
previously. So we'll see how it turns out. It's interesting to
It
see.
needs to be fluffier though.
Yes, the first shader is a bit weak. We got a new fighter announced for Arms, Lola Pop.
She's adorable.
She's a clown with balloon pants.
I haven't gone back to ARMS
And
yet.
that's all I have to say about that.
Yeah.
Final Fantasy 15, they announced that it's coming to Windows and it will
Yes.
have mod support. But then they also announced a very, very weird thing, which is Pocket Edition.
Where it has all cute chibi characters.
But it seems to be the same game.
It's because it's going to be chapter based, which I guess is like the
main game's
main
chapter
game.
based.
The first
But
one's
it
going
has,
to be
it has the same chapters.
yeah. It's going to first chapter will be free, so you can check it out. It's not going to be some weird free to play game.
And the opening cutscene is the same as the main
Yeah.
game cutscenes, except they're all cartoony chibi things.
I think they are remaking it.
Yes, I
for
think
mobile.
so too.
I guess it's made the money.
And it's also coming to Switch. They didn't announce it. They said it might be coming to they were on Twitch at the time.
Yeah.
They said it might be coming to a Nintendo platform that rhymes with the name of the platform we're on right now.
Presumably they're talking about the
The
Pocket
Quitch.
Edition.
Yes, they're talking. It's coming to the Nintendo Quitch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the upgrade of the Switch.
No, it's totally different. It's only biometrics.
Speaking
coming
of
to the
Final
Mitch.
Fantasy, they've what's the online one? Is it 13?
14.
14.
Yeah.
You can
I know
It's a
what this
sweet
is going.
pizza deal.
I know.
The sweet. I actually think I'm going to get some of that pizza.
Can I have some pizza,
I think
please?
if you buy 3 Domino's pizzas for like $50
Yes, you can get the
It
add-on
has,
for-
it has a garlic bread and a
and a
Coke
garlic
as well.
bread and a Coke, you get all that plus Final Fantasy 14 plus the 2 expansions.
Oh, so it actually comes with
For-
the game.
Yeah.
Nice. Well, sign me up.
And you can get it for PS4 or PC. You can pick.
Nice. Well, let's go some
It's
pizza.
a good MMO.
I've been wanting to play it. I just have to get into it.
Zap.
Zap.
But
Zap.
is it
Well, James,
good
let's
pizza?
go get some pizza. Domino's is good.
Yeah, Domino's is alright. It's
It's
entirely passable
it's-
pizza.
It's acceptable
no
on,
Costco
on,
pizza.
on like a night where you really want to fucking hate eat something. It's like, oh,
It's good.
fuck me, fuck my fat body. Oh, fuck you.
just go get yourself
Why don't
some
you,
Supreme
why don't you
pizza.
just have a heart attack?
No,
You piece of shit.
I've been eating
you.
Get a Burger lately. That stuff's amazing.
Yeah, Get a Burger's pretty good.
Get a burger, get a bike. That's a bit of an IT crowd reference for you.
I'm trying to remember. I haven't seen that.
Stress episode. Chris Morris, he's a great man. I wonder what
Yes.
he's doing now. Let's keep moving along. Nice little touch. Sea of Thieves, as when it was coming PC and Xbox, it'll also be crossplay.
Good.
But you know, because they probably will need the player base.
Yeah.
Big announcement. Age of Empires 4 has been announced.
It's cool.
Yay.
It's being made by Relic, which is a good sign.
Yeah, okay, that's good.
Hopefully, it will live up to the legacy.
Yes.
Jurassic Park Evolution was announced
From the
Planet Coaster, developers,
developers.
which their name escapes me, but
Yep.
their heritage is what matters
Yes,
there.
very competent
So
coaster
yes,
company.
we're talking about build your own Jurassic Park, which we've already seen Jurassic Park Operation Genesis before, which was a good game.
Yeah.
What we really want is Trespasser 2.
Dick, yes.
Yes.
What? One day. No, never.
One day.
Did you
Never.
say Jurassic Pasta?
I didn't, but I should.
Mm.
Oh.
That's a marketing opportunity we haven't yet exploited. No. And then finally, in the news to excite everybody, let you calm down, James.
Thank you.
Brink has gone free to play.
Oh, really? Brink, the game that everyone played so much so that the game did well forever and ever and wasn't given away cheap forever and ever. Now it's free. Paul, are you telling me Brink is free?
Yeah. Yeah, it's free to play.
So I'm ecstatic. I'm ecstatic for the game Brink.
You know what? I don't mind Brink.
It had a really cool art
That
style.
was fun.
Yeah.
I had trouble playing it much because I didn't buy it at launch. So when I played it, there was
There's
three
no one
people
there.
on.
Yeah, I think
And
that was
it
my
was-
experience as
yeah.
well.
The good tutorial.
Yeah. I think it was one of the first games I played that had vaulting, from what I remember. Like vaulting
Yes, it
up
had a
over
big
things.
parkour focus.
Yeah.
Yes, which wasn't. I think if we went back to it now, it would be a lot clunkier than we have come to expect from parkour in other games.
I think the premise was someone tried to build a city on the ocean, and the business venture failed.
And so
and
they
then-
all got big pants.
And so I think somehow they ended up having ghettos on the ocean platform or something.
And pirates on the moon.
Yeah, something like that. And wizards
Oh,
on
whalers
the
on
moon.
the moon. Sorry.
Whalers, yeah, they carried harpoons.
Yeah.
South Park did it.
Whales on the moon.
Did they?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, they put whales on the moon. No, but whalers on the moon.
Yeah.
That is
That's a different
Futurama.
thing, yeah.
Why?
It's the carried out moons.
Yeah. But there ain't no whales.
So we tell
Telltale
tales.
to sing their happy tune.
This is why I drink.
You left it unguarded.
I know.
Now I have two.
There's some gin on the wall behind you.
Oh, yeah.
So get in all that. Okay, and I did skip one thing. Oh yes, I skipped just because I had a little bit more to say about it. Swery has announced a new game.
Yes.
And it's going on Fig yet. I don't think the campaign is open yet, but it will be soon. So that's crowdfunding if you forgot what Fig is. Although Fig is where all the big game crowdfunding goes
Yeah.
now. Although they still it still doesn't have the penetration of all Kickstarter. It's weird. It's like everything goes to it because it's like better shit. It's better.
Was
Probably
that
has a more
the-
engaged audience.
Yes, probably,
Yeah.
probably, yeah.
Was that the game you showed me earlier with the sort of-
Cats.
No, I was thinking of the other one.
What was the other game I showed you?
Oh yeah, it was the cats one. Yep.
Okay, good.
Yep, cool.
So Swery, as we know of Deadly Premonition fame, has put together a new team, and they are making a game called The Good Place. The Good Place is a
I
town.
thought it was the good time.
I can't remember. I think I'm sure it's place, but I don't
Okay,
know. Maybe
yeah.
it's a good time.
I trust
Maybe
the-
I fucked up. What did I write?
I trust the list.
I probably
What did I
trust the
say?
list more than me.
That's all right, but I didn't even look at the list. I'm just going from my mind. I didn't write it. I just said he's got
no,
a new
it
game
could be
that's going to make
anything.
us come. No. Anyway, so the town in question is called Rainy Woods, which if you're a Deadly Premonition fan, you would remember was the original name of Deadly Premonition. It's taking a lot of cues allegedly from Deadly Premonition, including the fact that Deadly
The Good Life.
The Good Life. Which would I say?
We said,
I said-
good time, and
No,
I
you
said, good
time.
place.
I said
So
place. You said time. It was life.
Okay.
That's how it worked.
We good?
Yep.
Live?
We're there.
Yep.
Because The Good Place is a sitcom, which is pretty good. Ted Danson in it.
Okay.
It's about dying and going to the good place.
already
Anyway,
forgotten what the
yeah.
name is.
So Swery's Gate. So it is a simulated town. There has been a murder, and you are there to investigate the murder. So in that case, very much like Deadly Premonition,
Yep.
and much like Deadly Premonition was supposed to originally be, it doesn't have. It's not like a combat game.
Yeah.
Because the publisher made them put combat in Deadly Premonition, and it was the worst part by a million times. So expecting a quirky, sweary game. This town, though, at nighttime, everybody turns into a cat.
Including you?
Yes. So you
Okay, that's
explore the
gonna
game
fall
as a cat at night.
That sounds cool.
So it's a great premise.
Yeah.
And
I like cats.
it should be fun.
The internet likes cats.
Oh,
And
really?
I like
Good
Deadly
choice.
Premonition. So
Everyone
hopefully,
wins.
yeah, town simulation. Like,
Polls
because it's supposed to be like a
cats.
slice of life simulation. So yeah, lots of day-to-day things, just exploring the town. and
Not a
talking
big
to
fan of the
people.
art style.
Well, it doesn't really have an art style yet.
Yeah, well, it's got those.
It had like
character
3
portraits.
sketches.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not going to take a lot from the art style from that.
Meh.
It wasn't even strong concept art. And that's part of the problem. They are only pitching it on his name at the moment.
Yeah.
There's nothing to show on the game. But that said, not necessarily going to give him money, but I certainly will play it. Because it's very cool.
I like cats.
Sweary's cool. Okay, what were the other games we said we were going to talk about? Tacoma.
Oh, I see. I have not played Tacoma.
Big release. Get ready for Paul's rant hour. Could you please give me the theme song to Paul's rant hour, Amy?
Cough, cough.
Get ready for 60 minutes of me talking about Tacoma.
Should I go outside and golf?
No, just die. Just die there. No, stay there. Stay there. You're okay, little buddy.
I hope I don't give it to you, buddy.
You can give it
Please
to me
don't
anytime.
die.
Ah,
You're
Okay.
red.
yeah.
Tacoma.
Scary.
Tacoma
Yes.
is Fulbright's follow-up to Gone Home.
You love Gone Home.
Oh.
And I am
You love all these games.
I am a critic of Gone Home. I did not find it a particularly strong overall experience. And the one thing Tacoma has taught me is what a good game Gone Home was.
Oh, really?
Gone Home,
Okay.
my criticisms mainly came down to I didn't find the narrative particularly strong. What it does do is it builds a fantastic atmosphere. It fills fills an environment, being a home in that game, with things that are intriguing that you want to explore.
Yeah.
And then maybe when I found the answers to the things, I wasn't that interested in them anymore, but I was drawn to explore and find things. One of the problems, and I think the developer saw this as a problem, I don't think it is Gone Home was a somewhat open environment. It still had a guided path that you should take, but you could actually beat the game in about 60 seconds if you knew
where to go. Yeah, you could.
But no one would know that unless they were being a dickhead like me.
like you were, and you put it on YouTube.
Yeah, when I did my walk,
there were many laughs.
It was a joke.
Yes.
Yeah, well, I think like 5 people watched it, and 2 of them were angry. So to fix this, Tacoma is linear. Tacoma is you must go here, and you must achieve this much, and then you go to the next place, and you do this.
And what do you achieve in this game?
And okay. So Tacoma is based on a space station.
Yep.
Space station's very exciting. We're going to get all sci-fi. It's not like Gone Home. It's not like a slice of life. This is out of this world. This is a thing.
Amazing.
It's so you've gone there. There's been an incident. The crew is off the station for one reason or another, and you're there to sort of investigate the incident. And I can't remember the details at the beginning, so I won't say anything more about the plot at that point. So you get to the space station, and you enter it, and the first place you go is like the residential quarters.
Mm-hmm.
And when you enter each of these little hubs, you have a little iPad, a little tablet or something, and you put it down and it says, okay, they're ready. It's got 0%. Then you walk into each little environment of this hub. It says, there's AR data here. You go, okay, download the AR data. And then it downloads a scene that happened in this environment. And this is actually really good. I've got to say, Tacoma has some fantastic like ideas and systems behind it. So the first one basically involves around this birthday party and the beginning of this incident that the game is. It's based around multiple incidents, but this is sort of like the catalyst, the start of it. And you get the 6 crew members, and they're not realized as fully fledged human beings, but they are holograms that are just humanoid shaped and colored, so you can tell who's who.
Yeah.
And you just watch this scene play out, and you can follow a character, whether if they leave the room and everything, and you can try to meld what's going together. And because this is a world where AR exists, they don't have like computers or anything. They just have AR desktops in front of them. So if someone has their AR desktop open, you can sort of, you don't hack, you just click on it and you download their AR desktop. So you can look at what they're looking at and go through their files and that sort of thing. It's really well realized and it's really good. And you don't
just... you want a HoloLens?
Yes. Yeah. It's a really good vision of how these things would, basically work.
Yeah.
And you're not just watching the scene, you just have straight up play controls. So you can fast forward, rewind, pause. So there's no like quick moment of, oh, what did happen there? It's like, no, I'll just hit pause and go, look, it's fine. Oh, someone typed a keypad into the number into the keypad to open a door. I'll just walk over and watch what they typed in. Great. Rewind. I missed it. Oh, there it is. Great. I got to say every single keypad in this game can just be opened by waiting for someone to walk through it and do the thing. And then they also have it written down in a table, and they probably have it somewhere else as well because they seem like they don't want you to get stuck looking for those keypad codes.
Yeah.
So that was real disappointing because I never felt like there was anything.
It almost sounded like there was puzzles in this game.
They did at one point. They used to even have like navigation puzzles with like gravity boots where you go on different services and everything. They stripped all gameplay out of it.
What?
So I said before, you put down this tablet at the beginning of an area, and it's like you're at 0%. So how do you fill that up? Basically, those AR desktops that I said, in any scene, there'll be a number of those, and they'll be marked on the timeline. So you just with a question mark at first because you don't know who did it. You just scan through, and that character did it. Click on the desk. Okay, that's 10%. Do the next one. 10%. A lot of people say this game is 2 hours. Some people go, no, it took me 4 hours. It took me less than an hour on my first playthrough because it did nothing to get me engaged with the story. That's not to say there isn't a story there. I just didn't give a shit.
So let's we called Hellblade a walking simulator before, and it is an incredibly linear game. So what are the things that you see separate the Hellblade experience, which was very engaging despite its kind of shitty mechanics?
You have no agency. Nothing happens to you in this story at all. the people you were presented with. One thing, like, it's very smart that they originally it was a bit like apparently a bit like Gone to the Rapture, where it was just going to be like light showing there was someone there, and they wisely went back and they put animated figures there. Unfortunately, they still don't have particularly strong personalities to it. You sort of have to then go in and look and find a photo of someone, and you sort of have to remember what they kind of looked like. I kind of wish that they'd done some sort of like really dodgy 3D scanning acting to get it in there.
Maybe some kind of full motion video.
Yeah, kind of. So, like, even if it flickered out and like it was like almost sprite based, where they just filmed the scene from like 6 angles and it flicked hard between them or something like that, because I didn't get attached to any character. And most of the stuff that when you go and look at their AR desktops, like when you can go on home, when you fiddle through someone's junk, you get a little bit of an idea of who they are.
I know you do.
The Riot Girl and stuff like that, like the music team. It's like I get the age. I can relate to this. These are all people on a space station, and when you look at their stuff, it's mostly about work.
You have to be pretty driven to be in a space station.
Yeah, and I assume most of the stuff they'd have would be about work, but that's not compelling. And it starts off with a scene with all 6 of them. It's like, well, how about something that I'm forced to go through at first with like one person to introduce me? Yeah. That's a classic storytelling device. You go in with the everyman who's introduced to these new characters, and the thing is, and they're all like, they're just people, and that's fine. But you know what? People actually aren't that interesting most of the time. Especially if you're only overall spending maybe about 10 minutes of content with these people. Yeah. Like, that's probably as long as all the AR bits put together is. It's like, I don't get a good idea of them. Get into their private quarters. Oh, there might be a guitar.
Did you play Event Zero?
No, I haven't.
You did?
I haven't.
You haven't. Because I guess Event Zero was another space station. Things out, like people missing. But I felt like that did a pretty good job at. Maybe I think it had far fewer characters.
Well, you had to communicate with the character.
Well, there's one you were talking to.
You were doing something.
And yeah, you were doing something. And I think there was actually only really 2 or 3 main characters that you were engaged with. And it was very slow with introducing you to like learning about them. Yes. We're saying in this one that's like here's 6 straight away.
And basically the game is saying to you, and you need to go in with the right mindset if you you can have a much better experience than I did. I'm not saying this is the only way to play. Or that they're wrong for doing it, but what they do is they don't give you anything to hook you. If you were just someone that like, I feel like probing in and trying to learn some people, you could probably do it. Like some people, I have some friends that thought that it was the best storytelling of the year. I disagree heavily, but that's fine. It just like, and once I worked out the mechanic of it, I was like, well, I'll just step through the game mechanically until something interests me. Yeah. And I just walked through the entire game, beginning to end, as I say, in less than an hour. And then it gets interesting in the last 15 seconds.
Oh, it does.
And I was like, that would have been an interesting game. Oh well. And that's more about a sci-fi thing there. Yeah. But the sci-fi thing isn't what Fulbright's interested in. They want to do people stories. Yeah. And so it's like, why did you make this game on a space station? Why did you make this big sci-fi thing when really you could have put it in a way more relatable environment with, and like it's a weird space station too. So what do you think of with a space station?
What do I think of?
Yeah, what's the environment like?
Like something fairly sterile with kind of white paneling.
Sterile, yes. Not really much
metal.
Yeah, metal. Very big.
Yeah.
Which is not what I normally think of in things with space. I think space is supposed to be very valuable commodity, but no, we're just huge.
Well, I mean, you're building in space. One thing you have plenty of is space.
You don't necessarily have lots of materials. Materials are hard to take up.
Glowy things.
That is the expensive part.
Yeah, it's like when you look at like Chris Hadfield in space or something, like there's a lot of detail everywhere because every wall and every panel is filled with things that they need to use. This is just literally, this is the room I sleep in. It's 20 foot by 20 foot and it's got a bed and I paint in the corner.
Speaking of Chris Hadfield, we played somewhere last night. I was very
Brisbane.
I was very upset not to go.
Oh well, he's on YouTube. Just go look at him.
Pretty cool.
He's a pretty handsome fellow. I like how he's my go-to. Like, there's so many other people doing people that are currently in space. Like, no.
There's a guy currently doing
cool.
a Q&A type thing with space on YouTube again.
As in someone in space.
Yeah, someone in space.
Spaceman.
I like space.
Yeah.
Go to space.
So
space.
It didn't. Originally, Tacoma was like, it was like a station that people went up to then get onto spaceships. And so it was like a transit station, but it was almost Bioshocky.
Yep.
It was like these big halls and everything, and like that was. This is like halfway between the two that doesn't quite make sense. It's certainly not like a realistic station, but it's also not something fantastic. It's just like a big empty space with not very much personality in it. Like, oh, that's it. So yeah, I went through the whole game and nothing interesting happened. Yeah, and I feel it's partly my fault, but for not delving in as deeply as I could.
But as you know, Gone Home would say, one of the things that kicked off the walking simulator genre.
Yeah.
It doesn't sound like they've done too much more to push it in different directions.
Like the AR thing's cool.
Yeah.
And I would like to see that used in other things. I'd like to use it used in detective games and stuff like that. And other things like this. Hey, if you could fast forward and rewind and everyone's gone to the Rapture, maybe that game would have sucked a little bit less. Then sometimes you just lose the light. You're like, where did it go? I missed it. Oh, God, that game. Screw that. This is like nothing impressed me about it. I was really... Because I was expecting not to go head over heels because I have some issues with the previous game. But the thing is, I know... Well, not personally, but I follow a bunch of people on the team and I like all the people on the team.
Yeah.
Like, they're all smart. I really respect their opinions and everything. But I hate that game. I found no joy in it at all. And it's one of those things, and you can criticize, or not criticize. Some people criticize it because it's got like a lot of LGBT content in it, and it's one of those things where you're like, okay, maybe the ratio of people that are represented on this space station is not like representative of like the overall community, but any random 6 people could represent goddamn anything.
Yeah, it's a very small sample.
Yeah, it's like that sample doesn't mean anything. Yes, if they were all gay, that would still be fine. It's like that's just 6
people.
Yeah, so it's this bullshit thing when you get into that. And I don't. There's a few romances in it, and I think that's what I'm supposed to get excited by.
So, is your character have any? Like, are you a person in this?
You're a person. You have 0 agency or personality.
Yeah, I'm thinking because I'm not that big on walking simulators generally, but I think the ones that I have enjoyed, you tend to be playing a character.
Firewatch.
Yeah, like Firewatch. It's like, and it's more like here is a study, a character study or something.
Yeah.
And I find that interesting. But as soon as I just become this weird silent observer, I don't know, like I just feel like this ghostly body that's sort of walking through something.
Yeah.
I don't really feel like it feels like I'm walking through a screensaver. Like it's like. You know, like I need some kind of agency in what's going on.
I think that's why I really enjoyed Gone Home when it was played by someone else. Like I watched a Let's Play of it because why not? Yeah, but that's all I thought.
If you injected personality into it, if you performed the Let's Play, it could be a good performance piece.
She was a gay YouTuber, and she was just sort of trying to put her story out there. So she used this Gone Home as a sort of helper to that.
Yeah, so I can see that being something interesting.
And the thing is, in Gone Home, which again I say is infinitely better than Tacoma, you were still playing a character. This was your family, and whilst you didn't inject much in when you were playing that character, I think she still had some voiceover parts, and like. You still had lived in that house at some point. Like your mark was there. In this, you're literally a stranger that's coming in, and you're just investigating, and you're just collecting a bunch of AR recordings, and then you leave. Yeah. It says job done. Oh, by the way, here's an interesting plot point. Goodbye. goodbye now.
I thought what became of
Edith
Finch. Like I felt it was a good amount of agency through that. As well. Like that was another one. Where I don't know, I felt like engaged in that walking simulator.
Yes, I really like Edith Finch as well. Yeah.
Meh.
Not for me.
Meh.
Not for me.
Maybe I'll have to give it a go.
Okay, so we still got a lot of stuff to touch. I don't have time on me. How are we going for time, Amy?
It's 8:30.
Okay, cool. 8:30. Yeah, we're going okay. We can go a bit longer.
8:30.
Lots of stuff to talk about now. What I have been playing is Hey Pikmin.
Oh yeah, you love it.
Pikmin.
You've been talking about how great it is.
Look at that. Amy's got the game there. Hey Pikmin on the.
I like that amiibo.
On the
It's
Nintendo
adorable.
3DS, available at all good video game shops, and also games that sell shops that sell bad video games, such as Hey Pikmin.
Now,
which,
okay,
It's a little one. So cute.
I think you described it as insultingly easy.
yes.
Yep.
There has been one level so far that I did not collect everything without thinking the first time.
Yep.
I must have just missed a door or something.
Oh, so you missed a thing. You were
I
watching.
did. Yes, because it's mind-numbingly boring as well as mind-numbingly easy.
See, you're like the resident Pikmin apologist as well.
Yeah, I apologize for Pikmin. It's a fucking great game.
That's not what most people think. Otherwise, we make more money.
You celebrate. No, most people don't play it. It's a difference. People that play it think it's pretty good. Unfortunately,
it's just you.
It's just me and 3 other guys. And we have a convention. And we all put on like bodysuits and we pretend we're Pikmin. I've got to be the fat one. It's not very fair.
Okay, explain to me how
I was just trying to remember. Was it by a different developer?
Yeah, it's not standard.
How has Pikmin made its transition to a 2D game?
Badly.
Okay. Because I would think it should work fine. Like, there's nothing about the Pikmin formula I think needs to be in 3D.
No. So you have 2D levels. You collect Pikmin along it. You're trying to collect items that will power up your ship again because you've crash landed yet again.
Sounds like Pikmin.
Yep.
Omar.
And it's really funny. There's all these ways of like making, like, I think it's like Sparkle or some crap like that where you're collecting, and you can do things like you can scan an amiibo in, and it gives you, like 10 Sparklums.
I was going to quote.
That I think when you're going to read that, that's literally just that one amiibo.
Yeah. Yes. You can call Pikmin to aid you.
Yeah, it doesn't. Yes, if you scan in any other amiibo, it gives you like 10 of these things. You need something like 300,000.
Oh, Jesus.
And you can only scan an amiibo once a day.
Oh, wow.
I'm like, amiibo. No, just any. You can only do one amiibo a day. What? So not that I was going to game my way to the end of the game by doing that. I'm like, why even bother? What's the point of this?
Why? So you can put them back in the
box. If I pick
why.
up a harmonica in the game, that's worth like 400. So it's like, okay, this is not. So you're just going along very, very basic platforming levels. You can't jump. You can use a little bit of a jetpack to get a little bit of boost, and then you just are basically having to throw Pikmin to get things, attack things, or move them into a position where you want to be. So as I say, puzzles are mind-numbingly easy, and it's really boring.
Yeah.
And it doesn't look particularly good.
Have you finished it?
Nope. I don't think I will because they've been playing it more. And I will keep playing because I've only finished like the first world in a bit, so maybe it ramps up.
Maybe it does something interesting.
Yeah, it does not front load it with interesting. Yeah. It also has no 3D. For a game that sort of looked a bit average, it would have been nice if it had 3D in it, but it is not 3D compatible. Yep, you pushed that slider to max and it did nothing.
This game does not support 3D images.
Yep, because I'm going to say it. I'm going to say it. Ready? Lazy devs. Because it don't look good. So what are they saying with the power for?
Well, it could be. It could be that lazy devs just didn't have it running well, and then why double the...
No. I think it's that no one except me turns on 3D. So they're like, who can waste the time developing? Yeah. Well, I love the 3D in 2D. Games. Like 2D is great.
Yeah.
Because it gives you the separation between what's a usable platform and what's not, especially if the art's a little bit weaker. But it also, like, it's basicly just fancy parallax at that point. Yeah. And it feels nice. And there's none of that in the game.
I just need a new 3DS.
You can collect Pikmin, as they are called. And you can then go to a park and say, go to that part of the park and find me some shit. And then they just do that on their own for a while. That's the other big feature.
That's the other thing that happens.
There's you can scan in other amiibos, but when you unlock special levels, you can't actually go to them until you put an amiibo in that level, and then you can go collect it. I have to find a list because even with
any amiibo?
No, just some, and Olimar worked. And I don't know which other ones do.
There's content which is locked behind amiibos?
Yeah, I mean, they're like 20-second long levels. It's not like there's anything fancy about it. But I was sure that I'd seen like a Mario one in like the trailer. I tried scanning that Mario. Nothing happened. It's like, oh, well, I guess.
Polygon says it makes brilliant use of amiibo.
Polygon is wrong. But no, that sentence is quite right. Just take out the word brilliant and it's factually correct. Hey, Pikmin makes use of amiibos. Yes. There we go. Great. Fantastic.
On internet. It's supposed to be 4G.
I mean, the thing is, probably if you went on and found the wiki of like what amiibos are functional.
That's what I'm doing.
Yeah, it would do something, but yeah.
It's the 30th anniversary. Oh, go away.
No, I'm doing a podcast right now.
It was asking me, this isn't your correct region.
Oh no, have you got a region locked phone?
I don't.
Oh no.
So yes, you can get the 30th anniversary Mario Classic, which is the Pixel Marios, a Fire Emblem Elm, Animal Crossing cards, all the series, Animal Crossing
It
New
seems
Leaf.
very arbitrary. These are the ones that are supported in the game.
Yep. Bayonetta 2, and a couple of Animal Crossing, a Bokoblin.
Right, so
Is
it's
that
a
how you
bit
say
all
it?
over the place.
A Boo, a Bowser, another Bowser, Bowser Jr., Callie, Captain Falcon, Celeste,
Just
Cecilia.
to check, how long is this list? Because are we just going to eventually list every them, or is it as scattershot as it
It's
sounds?
quite long.
It is actually.
But is it actually bringing them in, or is this just that they give you 10 fucking Sparkle?
That's probably what it is.
Yeah, because every amiibo does something in
Yeah.
the game. Just most of them don't do anything of note.
Yeah.
Oh, discover secret spots by tapping compatible amiibo figures from the Super Mario series, Splatoon, and Animal Crossing.
Yeah, well, not all the ones from Super Mario, at least, because that's
Yeah.
the ones I tried.
Even
It
the
didn't
Pixel
do
Mario?
anything. I actually didn't try Pixel Mario. Pixel Mario is too rough on my skin.
He is a pointy Mario.
He's over there. Can you grab
He is-
him, James?
He's a
please?
pointy boy.
He's just there.
James is good at grabbing strange men. Okay,
He's just there.
so Hey Pikmin, as well as Tacoma,
There you go.
suck.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, good.
What would you give them out of 10? That's what we do now.
Tacoma, I will give a 4 out of 10, and Hey Pikmin, I will give a 4 out of 10, because that is the coward's number. That's not.
You're not committing to it being.
I'm not committing to saying it's the worst thing
Yeah,
ever,
yeah,
but I'm
yeah,
also
but
like,
you're certainly not saying
it's
What
it's
about
good.
3?
so not average.
No, it's too far.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's making a statement.
You know that song, 3 is the loneliest number?
Yeah.
Poor 3. I always use 3 in my usernames for some reason when I couldn't use
And
just
your
Toshki.
passwords?
No.
Is it 3 3s?
I think he uses it in the passwords.
It's just one more than 3 2s.
There's different numbers.
That's true. There are different numbers.
Okay. Good.
Usernames,
Before the show, we all briefly played Nidhogg 2.
We did.
That was fun.
And
It's like normal Nidhogg, but fun
But-
as well.
oh, but
there
also
we go.
fun. These are the hot takes. You come to 8.5 bits for hot takes.
Such biting commentary.
Nidhogg 2. It is like Nidhogg 1 with more stuff.
So
And sploogey looking
Yeah.
art.
I
Kind of cute.
remember when I first saw the art,
And it
and I
was
thought
the,
like this is
naked Homer Simpsons beating the shit out of
it
each
looked, I
other.
thought it looked fucking terrible.
Yeah.
Having seen it in motion, looks amazing.
It's a great art style.
I really love
looks
the art
really
style.
nice,
The overworld, like just the pixelated splooginess.
It looks amazing.
It looks really great. I got a real kind of like almost like older PC feel from it.
Mm.
The animation, the brutality of like the stomping.
Yes, it's got much rougher than the original.
Yeah.
So differences. So it plays primarily the same. It is the same concept. It's a back and forth push of two fighters. Big differences. There are different weapons, and you seem to spawn randomly. I don't know if there's any pattern to that yet. So
yeah, there was like the bow, a knife, and the
different
Two
swords,
different
swords.
daggers.
Yeah.
So a bit of variety there. And the strength of Nidhogg is that all of those things worked how we would expect playing with. How to operate the weapon, how to throw the weapon, and everything reacted and was fast and smooth. There is a huge focus, which I did not expect, on close quarters combat.
Well, and some of the levels were really built around they couldn't always like there was like some parts would have really narrow pipes you're in.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which meant if you had a really long sword, it was much harder to
But
use.
that's Nidhogg was like that as well.
Okay, I
That
don't
was
remember
awesome.
the levels.
There were areas you couldn't throw swords in and stuff like that. Like
Okay.
Yeah.
I remember them being a bit more open.
no, they
In
had
the-
lots of enclosed
okay.
bits, ins and outs. Even like those doorways, you kicked it. You know, the doorway would protect you, and you kick the door open and stuff. But the big difference I found here was, well, one, there is a little bit more of that. But there were moves that I don't even know how we were doing them particularly. We got to learn our skills. But like, you could kick the sword if you were unaimed. You could kick the sword out of someone's hand.
Yeah, or like hit the sword out of someone's hand.
There's way more disarming moves and just interactions, and so there were more surprises as we played, because Nidhogg is very exciting and a good visual game to watch and get into. It's very clear and easy to watch, but it is the same thing over and over again with a very limited moveset. This is still the same, except the moveset is just much larger.
Yeah.
So there's going to be more systemic things that come from it, which mean more laughs, more crazy things that happen and everyone gets excited for.
More stabbing James.
More stabbing. Oh god, my run with that dagger I love.
Yeah.
I threw it in your face 4 times in a row and I just pick it up again, keep running, throw it before you even spawn, but just before your invisibility, in the face again.
I felt like when I spawned back in, I was flashing, but I could still be killed. I don't know if
no, because I went through you a few times.
Okay, because there were some times where I felt like maybe the invulnerability is just really short, but I felt like I was just getting hit straight away as soon as I appeared on the screen.
Yeah, just because I'm fucking bad, man. I'm great at this.
I think what I would like to have seen... we played a very small game. But
we literally just did a quick round robin and said, okay, time for the show.
Just to give it a quick go.
But I think that's all we need.
It's all we need.
It has online, and apparently online code sucks.
That doesn't surprise me.
I don't care anyway. I'm never going to play it online.
I would have liked there to have been some more escalation when it went on too long. Because I played 2 in a row, and after that, even 2 games in a row, my fingers were sore.
This is very James' problem. This is now James's 60-minute rant on being an old man.
And I felt like the tug of war. I wanted something to make it end faster. I didn't think that was there.
Oh, that's the first time you've had that problem.
Oh.
It's okay, James. I didn't mean it. I just wanted to be hurtful.
Well, you worked, Paul.
Yay! Okay.
You can have a squid.
Yeah. I think what I was sort of imagining. For a while, I was thinking that the number of kills you got would determine you'd start getting weaker weapons and stuff, but I was wrong.
No, it seemed pretty random.
Yeah, but it looked like there was, because when we were on, there was a cheats menu and stuff when we were setting the game. So I think there is more variety of things. So we'll have to play around with it. So this is a super hot take. Literally, we played this game for 8 minutes.
Actually, something I would like to have seen is maybe it was escalating weapons.
So
the longer you play, you just start getting guns and whatever. Just get until by the end, it's well, if you got the weapon, you're probably going to plow through. But if the other person gets it, they're probably going to plow through. Just something, because we only got it felt very flat.
How about a one weapon round where there's only
so you have to fight over the weapon.
If whoever has the weapon is the advantage, and then everyone else is unarmed.
Yeah, or even just something where it's all right, you've been going on for 5 minutes. Let's just make it so the other person doesn't spawn with a weapon. Something just to... The match felt like it didn't go anywhere until the end.
But that's also Nidhogg.
But it is Nidhogg, but that was probably the biggest...
What you'd like to see changed.
That I felt when I was playing it was that the match felt even when I wanted something
also because you were about to win and then it dragged on for ages. And then you lost.
And then I lost. And then I
and then you were like,
threw the
this
controller
game
on the ground.
I did notice the little LED back thingies on the controllers were just the color of the player as well, which was pretty nice.
Yeah, that's pretty standard on them. I think that's one of the not secret, but just the underutilized, underrecognized things about the PS4 controller.
Just
the stuff they do with that light and everything. It's actually really useful all the time.
Yeah. I don't have a PS4, so I don't notice these things.
But the thing is, no one does, because the light is you can't see it.
Not with the new controllers though.
No, the new controllers they got a little bit
of light at the top now. Yeah.
Why do you want it at the top? It's shining your eyes.
No,
it's not that bright.
It's not that bright. Yeah, but you can really see what color.
It's not focused as a laser.
It is focused as a laser.
It's actually as strong as watching the eclipse.
Yeah.
Isn't it sad as a species that we still have to remind people not to look at the sun? Donald Trump looked at the sun.
I like that he took off his glasses to look at it,
and
then someone had to yell at him, "Don't look."
Yeah.
I saw what could go wrong?
I saw a Facebook post someone sent of a warning to make sure that your pets you were kept inside in case they looked at the eclipse.
Dogs they don't look at the sun.
Well, that was when I saw it. I immediately went shenanigans and did a quick Google, and it turns out NASA chimed in on this one. And NASA said, animals generally don't look at the sun. It's probably keep your pets inside, sure. It's not going to do them any harm.
Did you know people don't trust Snoops anymore?
Really? It's
because
part of
because the couple that owned it have no qualifications, and the guy squandered a bunch of the money and spent it on prostitutes, and now they're divorced.
Oh.
But I bet if you look that up on Snoops, it'd probably give you a pretty good rundown of that situation. And I don't see how it's relevant to myth busting. I mean, people who like prostitutes can check facts.
I guess it came with it brought some very cute dog photos with the don't take your dogs outside. sort of thing. I follow old friends' dog home, or however it's said. It's like just old dogs in a big home, and they had these really big goggles on.
That's
very
adorable.
Cute. Yes.
Yeah.
Goggle dogs.
I think they were saying
show you a
NASA
picture.
was saying that like generally with animals, it means they might go to sleep. Like
Yeah.
Chickens.
the sun's gone.
They'll put themselves to
Yeah,
rest.
Yeah,
they might-
the
they might
birdies
do
will
that.
say it's not bedtime, and
Sleepy time.
then they go, "What the fuck?"
Yeah.
Stupid.
I can't see because I've been staring at the stupid sun.
Chickens
idiots.
are so stupid.
Okay. So there's still a lot of things on here. So what should we talk about?
Chickens and how they're so stupid.
We can come back to it. I think a lot of the multiplayer stuff can do. We can save that for
I think-
a slow week because
yeah.
none of that's there.
I will just quickly say that Wolfenstein Old Order,
Yeah, New Order,
New Order,
Old Blood.
Old Blood. I picked up Old Blood now, but I haven't played it yet. But I have played New Order. I would do a quick little 30-second, not even that,
Hot take,
Hot take,
fucking
hot
good
take.
game. Like it's one of those things where if you can find it really cheap,
which it often is.
which it often is.
When you were talking about it, I said, I'm sure it's $5 somewhere, and
Yeah.
then I posted a link to it being $5 somewhere.
Pick it up. It is like I'm exceptionally late to the party on Wolfenstein New Order. Very good game. I'm gonna say I prefer it than Doom.
Okay.
Yeah, the kind of Doom
Oh,
remake.
I'll have to give it a look.
You and
yeah.
Jeremy agree with that.
Yeah.
I think Doom is better, but they're both very good games.
They're very good. I think
I don't have an opinion,
the-
so
the-
I'm fresh blood.
thing I was super impressed with is that it is a very silly game with a very serious tone, and it just pulls it off. Like,
Nice.
it's just like
Just like at the movie theater.
just like in the movie theater. Woo!
That was always a Futurama joke that didn't land.
Nah, I think they mentioned that in the commentary.
Yeah.
It didn't make sense.
But I pulled it out. Oh no, because he says pulled it off.
Just pulled up, just like in the movie theater. I was talking about commentary in Futurama.
Man, I used to listen to like all the Simpsons
they were
commentaries.
my
and
best
Futurama
friends.
commentaries. Yeah, I sometimes said, I had the story of a friend of mine, and then I realized it was just like
This is like Simpsons commentary. It's like
Yeah.
David X. Cohen.
David X.
talking
Cohen.
Futurama.
it's like my good friend David.
I do
like,
think
oh,
the
wait,
new
I don't have
Splatoon
friends.
amiibos are so much nicer than the old ones.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
this
good.
is my. I got a little one of the little squid girls on
Yeah.
my
Is
desk.
that your waifu?
No, she's a little,
There's,
too young for that. But it's,
No. They've
very
brought out
cute
a marina body pillow.
Oh, have they?
Yes. It's unofficial, but
Who
Are you-
is
are you a
your video
pearl?
game waifu?
Are you a Pearl or a Marina?
I don't remember
Marina.
which one's which.
Marina, yeah,
Green.
Marina.
green or pink.
The one with the
Octopus. Or
yeah, the
little-
octopus things and the little green fingertips.
She's really cute.
And
I don't
I
have
think
a
she's the one that gives the
preference.
fuel fucks.
Oh, I do it. No, I like someone
also-
that gives a lot of fucks. If I'm picking a waifu,
No, I don't really have a video game waifu.
Mm,
Not really.
Demo Man,
Demo Man. Yes.
Roldo.
No, Demo Man.
I guess Mercy from Overwatch with her witch skin.
Oh, if it's Overwatch, it's got to be May.
No, that's actually a
Sexum-
song.
Sexamo.
It's gotta be May.
Is it?
Someone's actually made a parody of "It's Gotta Be Me" by Justin
Oh.
Timberlake. I think is that correct? I'm not sure.
I don't know.
Do they have one for June as well?
I don't know.
It's awesome. Okay. Good banner, Paul. Good banner.
Good banter.
Ba-doom, boom, ba-doom, boom, ba-doom, boom. Okay. As I said, I was skipping all those things.
Yep.
I spent a lot of time, meaning I spent 5 minutes playing Sleepy Orphan Simulator from my favorite developer, Powerhoof.
Yep, I didn't play it. You told me I should have. Was it good?
Yes and no. So you are a sleepy orphan in
Yes.
an orphanage, and you know this because much like Hellblade, the game is constantly talking in your head. You're an orphan. You're in an orphanage. You're in an orphanage. And the thing is, you don't want to go to sleep at all because then you're asleep in an orphanage and that's bad. So you walk through levels and you can pick up food, and then when there's an adult there, you can try to impress them so that they love you.
How do you impress them?
Just by doing a little head dance.
Did you impress anyone?
I did. I got up there, but it also uses energy, which if you use all for
Then
energy,
you're
you
a
go to
sleepy
sleep.
orphan.
But so it's just a side-scrolling platform, except to do any actions, you've got to say, okay, select left hand, and then you've got control of the left hand, and you go and pick up the hot dog, then you put it in front of your head, and you go, okay, now I'll take control of my head. Like, back to the legs so I can walk. And then it's like, oh, there's an adult. Control my head. Do a dance.
So is the aim to get adopted before you fall asleep?
No, I think you're just beating the levels, but you want to get like impress adults
Yeah.
as you get through each level. You might have to do it before you complete.
Yeah.
I always did it, so I don't know if there's another way. It was just done for a game jam, and they polished it up. It's got great art and hilarious audio. You're an orphanage. So imposing and terrifying and hilarious.
You're an orphan.
Yes, you're an orphan. It's like, I'm sure it's actually like really traumatic for some people to play, but as a piece of absurd, absurdity, it tickled me quite right. And yeah, it's like Dave over there does fantastic work. So, and if you've never played regular human basketball,
It is amazing.
It is one of the best multiplayer games.
Is that the one with the nets?
Yes.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. We need to set up a giant game because I think you can do like
I think you have 7v7 or something.
yeah, you can go pretty
get a bit
crazy
nuts,
with it. Yeah. And that would be hectic as
It would. You would need a captain to organize that shit.
It's like
It
a real
could
sport.
be a legit esport that game.
Oh, I wish. I would watch. Like fuck the international, which happened and someone won.
The Western team. You end up being like West versus East.
I like how you can only look at this from a racial perspective.
Because that's all I see is race.
What is my race?
I don't know, squinty.
Oh no. I mean, that's directly racist because you were commenting on my race when you said that, so I guess.
What about me?
Amy.
What about me? I got it. I worked it out now. Now I'm the leader. Hey, how's Splatoon 2 going, everyone?
I rage
Slutty.
quit it once,
Yeah.
but then I came back.
So I finally finished the single player.
Yep.
Oh, I loved it.
Yeah.
So good. So much variety in those levels.
I've played first two worlds, but I don't play single player.
You're not
much.
even into the crazy bits yet.
No.
It's cool. Disappointing that the final boss is the final boss from the first game.
Oh, really? That's a bit disappointing.
I feel there's so much of Splatoon, which is like, yeah, no one played the first one.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, I don't know how many people did get through to that final boss in Splatoon 1.
I didn't.
I didn't. Partly because the first game, because you were just limited to the one weapon, really lacked a lot of variety in the single player. Even though the levels had a bit of variety to them. Like literally up until the end, most levels have like a recommended weapon that you go into, and it forces you to use it the first time, and then you can go back and use all the other weapons on it. And that's where the game becomes incredibly big if you actually want 100% it. Because you have to finish every level with every weapon.
And each of those weapons is very different in how it operates.
And I think by the end, you've got 7 or 8 different weapons in that single player mode. And some of them are just like, I don't know how you could even beat the levels with that weapon. So it'd be, I mean, I assume they've all been balanced to do it. So it'd be really interesting, but also a lot of game to play. And I mean, I recommend it. It was fun.
Yeah. I mean, the Switch proved itself to be a fantastic road trip console. I took it around with me when we were kind of driving around. In most places I stayed, it had a TV with an HDMI port, so I could just kind of plug it in.
Don't switch and drive.
No, I didn't. Actually, didn't load it up once in the car. It was just really because I was talking to my partner and things like that.
People do that.
Yeah, they do. I think I had like one stretch when I played it where I had loss after loss after loss. I think, and I ranted loudly about it. I did realize on Slack,
You're a bit of a loser.
I'm a bit of a loser. I did realize after I'd done it, because I was playing it on 4G, which is going to have spotty performance as it is. I realized I'd left my VPN on at some point as well. So I think I was actually running it with some pretty serious latency. But since I've gotten back, I've played a bunch more of it. I feel like I'm starting to learn some more of the subtleties of how to play it.
Yeah.
And my win-loss ratio seems to be sitting about 50%, which is what I want generally.
Exactly.
The matches I have are generally pretty good. I'm still really, really enjoying it. Like, I thought that I would be bored of this weeks ago, because that's generally what'll happen.
And there's a pirate ship coming out.
Yeah, and I think part of it is they keep adding new weapons. They keep adding new maps. There's definitely maps I like and maps I don't like.
Yep.
What's your least favorite map?
I don't like the hilly one.
Is it the
hill
humpback?
Humpback track.
Yeah, I don't like that one.
It's so good.
No, I don't like that one.
Yeah, I think
pretty much any level you said I was going to be like, because I like all the levels.
Well, I like the ones where there's a very clear distinction between like kind of high and low ground.
Yeah.
Because what I really
Moray Towers.
Yeah, I'm Moray Towers. I'm actually less fussed on Moray Towers now. I like the I think it's one of the pier ones. But yeah, my thing I've been doing is I've been using the heavy splatler. That's my current weapon of choice. because I've tried to move away from being just about laying down ink to like more strategic map control.
Yep, that's my problem at the moment.
And I find since I've been doing that, then the game's been getting kind of a bit more interesting. Than just sort of like trying to put down, get as many points as I can. It's like, all right, let's try to control the map. Yeah, I love it. I think that 3-minute time limit is the thing that does it to me. Like I just don't have time to get too annoyed at it. It's only if I lose like 5-6 times in a row. Yeah. I'm like, I probably should stop.
Yeah.
I probably should. But I found doing things like leaving the current group you're in can make a big difference. Like if you're in, I find if I get 2 or 3 losses in a row, just going, nah, let's screw this group.
Blame all the players.
But it does seem that when I cycle into a different group, also being stuck with all the Japanese players, because I think the latency tends to be a bit crappier when I'm playing with just Japanese people. So I'll just jump out and jump back in. I was just regionist, I guess is what it is. Fantastic game. I really like it. I'm going to keep playing it.
Yep. I've been getting into Salmon Run lately. I didn't play it before because I don't know why I didn't play it. But yeah, I hate that it's on a cycle now because I want to play it all the time. But then again...
It makes it special though.
Yes, I'm going to get sick of it if I play it too much.
You got your hard hat?
I do. That was exciting.
Good. I'm happy for your hard hat. Oh god, it's cold.
So the good thing here is that we're each representing a different mode of Splatoon.
We are, very much so.
Oh, it's literally got something for everyone.
It does.
Yeah.
For a man, a larger man, and a lady.
Which one am I?
Well, you I always want to refer to you as the fakest gamer girl I know.
Aww.
Well, you can, because I love it. That's good.
Aww.
It's good. Oh. My little injured puppy.
He's adorable.
I like that he's no longer injured.
Yeah.
It was scary.
Yes.
Got a punctured lung. Was it a punctured lung?
Yes. Yeah. Poor little boy. But he's happy now.
If you've got really dangerous dogs, please don't put them in the off-leash areas unless you know that, they're going to be good.
If you've got a dog that can kill, put a muzzle on it, you stupid dill. Ding.
Unless
put a
it's
hat
sort
on
of,
it.
A friendly.
Oh, I'll go a little bit.
I know friendly big dogs.
Oh, I mean, big dogs aren't necessarily a dangerous dog.
No.
But there are just certain breeds that they just need a moment.
Yeah.
And they're still prone to those moments.
But yeah, I had I didn't have a German Shepherd, but it was my uncle's, and it was basically my dog. When I was really young, I would be left with it as a baby and just play with it. But yeah.
I was talking to someone at the dog park.
Yeah.
Oh, no, this was my
dog.
No.
I was talking to someone at the dog park. And one of their dogs killed their other dog.
Oh, awesome.
And they said, that's real hard. That's real hard to keep loving that dog.
So I've had 2 experiences with German Shepherds.
Yeah.
One, when I was about 8, I was attacked. And it bit my pants.
Oh.
I had like a hole in my pants.
I mean, I understand the compulsion, but still, that's bad.
Yeah. Other German Shepherd, super friendly, came whenever it saw me.
Aww.
Used to just
that's in the word.
No, literally.
No, that's what it took me a second to process there.
I would.
A very happy dog.
It'd come up and sniff me and would ejaculate.
Look,
Really?
as I said,
It's a really friendly dog.
both these dogs, I understand the compulsion.
Yeah, name's Max. It's a good dog.
Yeah. Mine was lucky.
It was a bit weird, but I appreciated it. It was excited to see me. Like,
yeah, my friend had a dachshund that used to be like that.
yeah,
Just do it in the air. Dear God, what a filthy dog.
Yeah.
And then there's Archie, the one we met today.
Just peed on a random lady.
Then beat on another dog.
I like that dog.
Yeah.
It was a big fluffy Samo. Yeah. It was adorable.
It was. Okay.
Dogs are good. We should have a dog podcast.
Did you have anything you wanted to say on Starcraft Remastered before we closed up shop?
Not really. I mean, it's a good remaster.
I was really, really, really disappointed when I heard what it was.
It's a repaint of.
Yeah, there's no like interface fix-ups or anything.
No, it's how I kind of remember it being more than what it is.
Yeah.
Like I think if you're someone who played it in high school, has kind of vague memories of all the way all the menus moved and all the sound and all the talking heads and things, it's like this walk down nostalgia lane. I really enjoyed loading it up. I would have liked to have seen a few more improvements on the UI side.
Yeah, that's what I was hoping.
And I think because they have the free version, which you can play with the new version, I guess I wanted to keep it.
Yeah,
parody. And they're not trying to make it compete with StarCraft 2. StarCraft 2 is the new version of StarCraft.
Yes. It has the same frame rate of animation in the game, doesn't it? Or is that smoothed out?
I think it's smoothed out. I enjoyed like zooming in and seeing all the detail. Like the art looks
I hear
really
it's ultra
nice.
detailed.
Like it looks really nice. But it is very much a StarCraft remastered. Like it's not pretending to be anything else.
I already played StarCraft.
You did.
It was good.
Yeah, well, it was a good game. So
But then superseded by Battle Realms.
Or I do hope there is a Warcraft 3 remaster. That would be nice.
Yeah, just play Battle Realms full resolution. I mean, it's already
it's already remastered.
Perfect.
It's already a mastered.
It's already mastered. Yeah, it's a fucking masterpiece. Nothing you can do better than that. What?
I think you're the only person who remembers Battle Realms.
Oh, I'm sure the developers.
I'm sure they remember it too. You should put hashtag Battle Realms on this episode, and hopefully someone finds
That
it.
should be it there.
Yeah.
Hashtag save Nosgoth. Hashtag Battle Realms.
Battle Realms.
Hashtag sorry bits.
Maybe when you're at PAX, I could do a retrospective on Battle Realms.
Just you?
Just me.
Just Paul?
Just me, and in a giant hall at 1 a.m. after they've closed. And just
and now the security guard just sort of, how did you get in here, sir?
No, he just pities me. It's like, you take as long as you want, son. It's okay.
I know you need this.
Yeah. I myself used to be into Space Goose.
Space Goose.
Good dig, eh?
Yeah.
You know, I have to admit, Space Goose is a bit of a go-to for me. I played a lot of Space Goose.
I did play a lot of it. This game is hard as shit.
It was good. Okay, a few other games around, but I think we might save them.
We've done a pretty good job at putting 3 weeks of video games into...
Yeah, especially some really big ones.
Yeah.
Some really big ones, for both good and bad.
And worst.
And worst. Oh, which was the worst? Oh, I don't know.
Is that going to be our pick of the week?
No, Tacoma is the worst.
Oh.
Okay, let's do a pick of the week. Let's do it. What is the pick of the week for you, Amy?
Oh, why have I got to be first?
Because you brought it up. Yeah.
Splatoon 2 Salmon Run.
Okay, you can do that. You can do whatever you want.
Wait, are you being specific with Splatoon 2 Salmon Run?
Oh fuck! No, I see where this is going.
Can you just have Splatoon 2, please?
Okay.
And not have Salmon Run, because I want Splatoon 2 to be on the list. Can I please have Wolfenstein the late to the party because it was really good?
Okay. I mean, way to hit things where the iron's hot. Late to the party. LTP, everyone knows what that acronym means, right? And I guess I'll have to go for good old Hellblade, which was a incredible experience, and I'm very happy it was made.
Why not Tacoma?
Because it was a bad game.
Really?
Yeah. Hellblade, I remember, I've never been so happy when it finally came out, because I probably quite publicly as well at points really ragged on that game during development. I thought it looked like dog shit. It's like, this isn't interesting. Why is the camera so close? Why is the combat so repetitive and boring?
I mean, poop can be interesting.
Poop, there is, especially if you're diagnosing something. Good old poop tells you everything you need to know.
But
Everything.
Everything.
Yes.
What did you eat last night?
Thank you for watching 8.5bit. You can catch it on our website, 8.5bit.com, our Twitter and Facebook. Please like and share anything you like, and that's subscribe to iTunes. And if you do, please leave us a review, because reviews help us share the love. And don't forget to get on our Tumblr.
We have a Tumblr now?
No, we don't.
You shit posting all them,
That's where it's
progressive memes?
It's where I just take shits on the games I don't like. It's very explicit. I've got my own little community.
Yes.
I can imagine.
It's very welcoming.
Yes.
As long as you're happy to shit on something you don't like. Come over here, hey Pikmin.
I'm not going to touch these amiibo.
Maybe no, I love the amiibo. Amiibo are good. Man, that Metroid amiibo is going to come out soon.
Oh, I thought you were talking about things that you like.
No, I don't shit on things I like.
Okay. Good.
Poop's bad. Hashtag poop's bad. I've been your host, Paul.
I've been James.
I've been Amy.
Catch you later.
Thanks, everyone.
Bye.